Welcome to LoganRobo's channel, broadcasting live on twitch.tv/LoganRobo and on youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Tonight's game is Metaphor ReFantazio. Welcome to Grand Trad on Election Day. Please head to the Grand Cathedral to watch our two frontrunners in the election duel it out on a stage in public. After the conclusion of the duel, please line up in front of the giant face of the former king currently located in the sky, who will hand out your I voted stickers. Thank you for tuning in to twitch.tv/LoganRobo and youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Please enjoy the stream. And we're live just in time for a raid! Wow, perfect timing, Queen Katie! Thank you for the raiding with a party of 5. I don't know if we have any of our mods here, so I'll go ahead and really quickly type into the chat, shout out at Queen Katie. How was the rest of your reverse 1999 stream, Queen Katie? And while this intro is playing, let's see what type of a clip that we get for Queen Katie. Welcome, raiders. I'll give you the intro and the highs and all that in just a minute here. Indeed. But how was the stream, Queen Katie? Thank you so much for the raid. I'm sorry that I was starting a little late. In fact, I was even thinking, crap, I hope Queen Katie isn't like at the end of the stream and goes like, well, why isn't Logan going live? I need to do a raid. For some reason, this game didn't want to launch. I tried multiple times and it took like 5 or 10 minutes just sitting there and it wasn't launching. Finally, I closed out Steam, reopened that, and then it worked. So it was a Steam issue, apparently. But let's take a quick look at the chat here. We got Rast saying first, how you doing, Rast? Kim saying early streamly, check it out, fun stream, y'all. Stay hydrated. I will do that right now. Thank you so much, Kim. How are the both of you doing? And that led right into the raid. Oh, I should do an intro here. Hang on. In case we got anybody new coming into Queen Katie's raid that we don't already know. Hi, my name is Logan. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Currently alternating between this game. Look, there's the title right there. Metaphor ReFantazio and Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit. We are getting toward the latter portions of this game. So if you're planning on playing it, you want to avoid spoilers, totally understandable if you need to step out or leave or anything like that. It's a very cool game from the makers of the Persona series. It's a lot of fun. And we're at a really... Well, huh?
So much for the sub. I don't think I have a sub alert enabled right now.
Oh, it's Wendy shout out. That
That's
should be
my
the
sub alert.
That should be the
I
sub.
gotta change that, bro.
Sub alert's just.
Okay.
How you doing, Wendy? I assume Wendy's here, or if not, we're just letting everybody know that Wendy is awesome. I should check in the chat here while we're loading this up. There's Oak with Queen Katie's raid saying, "Watch out, the Queen of Raids and her bats are flying into your kingdom." Enjoy the raid. Noobly says hello. How you doing, Noobly? Oak says, "I was lurking that entire stream without saying anything in chat, hoping to surprise Katie by showing up in the raid. Did it work? Did it work? Queen Katie?" Oak says, and then Logan was late. Again, it was technically Steam was being a butt. I kept trying to launch the game and it just wouldn't launch. Then I had finally completely closed out. Okay, but anyway, first things first, first order of business. So last time when we were playing, we got to this point and Vero initiated a prediction. Oh, it looks like the prediction is already starting back up. I thought I was gonna have to type it in. Is that Vero or Crystal or whoever it is? Thank you for taking care of that. So we're at the Luis boss fight. I have done no extra preparations this last time because that would be kind of unfair. So as a result, I still have a lot of like boosty, buffy items that I haven't used. I have a lot of Hero Leafs of Light that I could dump into, maxing out a few archetypes to give us some buffs. But we're not doing that. We're going in just like we went last time. And I felt pretty optimistic about it. And so we're going to see. We're going to fight Luis. And we're going to figure out if you guys think that we can defeat him. So let me double check to see the exact wording of this, because I believe it should be saying, will he be able to beat Luis first try? Yes or no. Now, this will also, I'm going to say right now, if he has like a second phase, like I feel like at some point he might like mutate into a human monster. If that happens, that will count as part of the fight, right? Like, oh, and I gotta accidentally, I'm still clicked into the prediction thing there. So, yeah, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? See, Oak said, so I had to break my scheme. I'm sorry, Oak. Oak said, amazing clip, Katie. Queen Katie said, I had a great time. Nice. Noobly said, a friend of mine got involved in drama again. Boo earns.
Right.
Ready?
Okay. I'm ready, Gallica. I'm ready, Gallica. Oh, and I gotta click this here so I can have the overlay. I'm always ready. Now, last time there was a big long cutscene. It was mainly Batlin just introducing us because we have an audience. We're gonna skip through all that. We're just gonna go straight into the fight, and this is gonna be good. So this should be it. Are you guys ready? Oh, we still got more cutscene to skip.
You.
Yeah, I know, more cutscene to skip.
What do you believe the people seek in their king?
Oh, that's right. He asked me a question. Power, intellect, or bloodline? I'm still, last time I said intellect, I wasn't quite sure what to say. It's what they should. Out of those three options, I would say intellect is probably the best. I mean, power is important. You gotta be strong in the face of potential enemy nations. But as far as I'm aware, I haven't seen like any enemy nations. We seem to be just one nation that has a bunch of tribes and no outside threats. So yeah, intellect.
The intellect to resolve everything.
To resolve everything. And we'll just skip through the rest. Here we go. Fight time. Look at that. See, we got so quickly into it. Less than 8 minutes into the stream, and we're in the fight.
And act your part. In
Last time it was like 2 hours and 45 minutes.
I have a new world to build, and you will die in its name.
Yay! Haven't you always wanted to die in the new world's name?
Time has come.
Forward.
Okay, so last time I think I first tried to steal, and he had nothing worth stealing, so we're gonna go straight to assassinate, which is like what our goal of this whole game has been to begin with, to assassinate this guy. So let's assassinate the crap out of him. Quiggy said I was literally shouting you out while Nora waiting for you to go live. I'm sorry. But thank you so much for always being so nice and supportive. Said, guess what? It was a LoganRobo clip. No! A V3 finale. No! I need to delete those. I need to delete all of those. It's just, I know I have like 270 LoganRobo V3 clips alone. And there, I have like I have thousands of clips. Thousands. But let's just, you know what'll cheer us up? Murdering Luis Biabarn.
I can do this.
So let's do that. Let's murder this man that I'm sure sure Oak rather is in the chat going, Luis, take off here. Huh? Oh, it's that Babadon gifting a sub to Castle.
I'm ready whenever.
Thank you, Babadon. This is like a couple of streams in a row. Thank you, Babadon. Oh wait, hang on. I think there's a new. Oh no, I thought I saw a pop-up thing that was just not cleared out. Thank you, Babadon. So Castle, now you have access to our wonderful emotes, to our Hey channel on Discord, all the good stuff.
Let's do this.
So thank you. Let's see. Oh, and Queen Katie actually said clop instead of clip, huh? There's Wendy with a little Serial Experiments Lane, dance and gif. Okay, what were we deciding to use last time? I think it was Frenzy. This seems to do a lot of damage against Bro.
Get ready.
Oh crap! Well, I mean, if it's a last turn, it's not a big deal if we miss. I do feel like last time we were benefiting from a lot of luck with him missing. It seemed like he missed.
Logan, how did you know I literally told Louie to take his clothes off the second you said I sent tight T-Bow?
Ah! Oh, this bow. No, it's not scary. I hate to say this, but I feel like we all know each other well enough that some of our idiosyncrasy, I can't speak today. Our habits are becoming slightly predictable.
There's no escape from me.
But I'm glad if the timing worked out well for that then. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that.
It's okay.
And there is Crystal saying clap. So Crystal, were you the one who set up the prediction? If so, I appreciate it. Looks like so far most of the points are being bet into yes. All right, we're gonna heal everybody because he did some damage. especially to sweet little Yufa
Thank you.
over there.
Much thanks.
And then
I
next
shall
two
take
peeps,
my
she'll
fullest
do
power.
some damage to this guy. And once again, like last time, we're getting it down to about 70. Last time, for those who weren't here, we did a sample run, just get him down to half health. And then his first turn, he did a thing where he got like 4 extra turn icons. So I don't know if that's all there is for his second phase. I don't know if my guess about him mutating into a human big monster beast is correct, and that's going to happen too. I think we're going to find out.
Annihilate you!
Quickita said that may be my worst
you endure
typo. I don't know. What about Buggets? Okay, and this was the whole thing, is
see your game.
that he's able to figure out weaknesses. But the problem is that, like, Heisme is so spry and dodgy that even with weaknesses, he's not getting an extra turn. See, it's good to have a little fuzzy bat person on your
use
team.
what I must.
That's why it's good for us to have Batman on in chat. What is Lurking Nightblade? Oh, and it decreases their hit and evasion for 3 turns. I mean, that's a lot. Heavy's a lot. Medium's less than heavy, but I feel like debuffing Bro would probably be nice, especially if he whiffs more hits. So let's do that.
Rancor.
I'm trying to be a good fighter. I hope Beowulf knows that.
We settle this here.
Once again, you're going to be on healing duty, hee duty.
I'm grateful.
Wendy said, just unboxing my Sanji figure. I made it. Well, okay, so what, can you describe the figure? Like, what's he do? Is he doing a kick? Is he cooking? Is he making like a little heart with his hands? What's the Sanji figure like? And Crystal does a shout out for Wendy. Queen Katie says, oh, Queen Katie does the raid message, and then Oak says to Queen Katie, no Buggets. See, that's what I'm saying.
Sons of kings,
It's hard
give
to
me
beat
strength.
Buggets. And yeah, let's just keep attacking, bro. Queen Katie said, nearly forgot my own raid command. Lol. Oak says to Wendy, peek. Wendy said, that's still my sub alert, by the way.
Stay
Nice.
insane in a
You know,
fight.
if it ain't broke, why fix it?
Likely.
It's a chibi Sanji figure and Bo is just sitting and smirking at me as we speak.
Oh, okay, so that's cute. Chibi figures are nice. I've got like I'm trying to think if I've got like many chibi Transformers. I mean, the people, they make them, but I don't think they're
There's no
as
escape
common.
from
But thank you so much to the 15 bits. You see that, chat? I got an extra 5 bits. I got an extra nickel for free. Probably because it's just talking about Sanji. About Sanji over there, just making his cooking food and sucking on a lollipop. Hey, loving the ladies.
Get wrecked.
Sanji, yeah. Can't breathe out my nose. But thank you so much for the 15 bits. I appreciate that. Let's
Can you
see.
endure it?
Okay, so who's he gonna attack now? And oh crap, he went only for her, so he gets extra turns. Oh crap!
I won't last much longer.
That was bad. Okay, yeah, he didn't do that well last time.
Can we get her some healing?
It's mainly Yufa who is harmed. Okay.
Let us clean up this mess.
Let's have. We're gonna have Bro do the Lurking Nightblade just to see if it stacks, because we definitely want his hit and evasion down. So he's gonna do an attack there. Protag is gonna once again do healing,
With healing power.
and we'll see if Yufa's gonna need. No, Yufa's almost topped up. Huh? Huh?
You defy the
Did
rule of
you say
strength.
extra nickels?
Die by
Tiff, thank you so much for the 100 bits. That is a whole order of magnitude more than required. How you doing, Tiff? And we're not even like visiting with Maria. Are you just that excited at the prospect of seeing me die against this guy? I feel good. There's still plenty of time in the prediction. Cast your votes. How you doing, Tiff? Thank you so much for the 100 bits. I don't deserve that much, but I really appreciate it. Thank you for the $1. It means a lot. Thank you. What does this do? Increase one ally's attack. I don't know if we should we be debuffing Luis more?
Excessive.
Do we have anything that'll like take his attack way down? Where are the debuffs? And the food item. Maybe they're down the bottom here. Now these are all, yeah, where are they? MP recovery, ailment cures. Maybe it's under ailment cures. Where is that? I don't know where these things are. Well, it's just probably magic items. Let's see if there's some that'll like, do we have anything that'll decrease the hit evasion for one enemy for 3 turns? Decrease the defense for one enemy for 3 turns. That'd be nice. Decrease attack one enemy for. Let's hit Bro with a tinned torpor. Yeah, let's do that. And yeah,
We
just
have
give him a slight debuff
provisions.
on his attack.
We settle this
And
here.
then you're gonna go back to Frenzy.
Ah!
If Vera was here, Vera would recognize that's a potential Transformers
see.
reference. Oh,
It
second
would
phase.
appear you have the metal to defend your claims.
You
And
do
I
deserve it.
need not hold
And I'll
back
keep
either.
spending $1 until you say thank you. I deserve this dollar.
Thank you. I deserve this dollar. Thank you. Thank you. I love how you can threaten me with generosity. Huh?
I don't know where these things are. My brother in Christ. We're an int game I do recognize. Frenzy mentioned.
Okay, a couple things. First of all, so thank you so much for the 100 bits. Again, Tiff, thank you. I feel like if I was a smart streamer, I'd be like, I'm not gonna say that. Keep throwing your dollars at me. But like, I do feel like a little bit guilty whenever there's that kind of generosity. So thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I deserve this dollar. I said it, so you don't have to do any more. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Tiff. And thank you, Vero, for the 10 bits as well. And yeah, I'm still figuring things out, because I don't ever buff or debuff, huh?
I'm so hungover. What did I do last night? Did I confess to the murder of my ex-wife?
Ooh.
Salmon boyfriend, if so, then I was lying. I never killed any salmon in my life. Oh, wait, I ran over an innocent salmon. Oh, no, what have I done, Boo? Did you say Boo? I deserve it. So sorry.
You know, he sounds genuinely, Beef sounds genuinely distraught over it. He's like, oh, what have I done? Well, so sorry. That's it. Thank you so much, Oak, for the 50 bits. And I don't know if we can confirm that was that particular salmon. A lot of salmon look very similar. But thank you so much, Oak, for the 50 bits. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, let's kill this man. What was he saying? I see. It would appear you have the metal to defend your claims. Then I need not hold back either.
I will.
Yeah, now he gets like 5
annihilate you.
turns.
Can you endure it?
I probably should have spent the first half debuffing him even more.
I strike to kill.
Blazing Royal Slow. Ow!
Accept my challenge.
And ow
I strike
again!
to kill.
Ow! My protagonist! Ow!
Let's get him some healing.
He almost killed my protag! But Queen Katie, he's still alive with 35. That is not very many hit points. That's not a lot. That is
Be neither timid nor arrogant.
That is not a lot. And I don't think his medium healing is going to be enough for that. So Heisme is going to give Protag a little bit of a boost here with some expensive medicine. And then Protag will top himself off, and Yufa and Basilio will both be on the offense. Also, I should move Protag to back row if he's going to be mostly
I
on
was
healing
saving
duty,
this.
That helped.
so that he'll take fewer hits. So why don't you pop back here,
About all those ailments.
heal
Watch
everybody.
yourself.
And oh, Yufa is very weakened.
We can do this.
Yeah, because he did that. That's not a big deal.
My thanks.
You
Unless-
defy the rule of strength, then die by it.
If she did a synthesis attack, will that still be affected?
Ask for your aid.
Extreme deals extreme magic ice damage to all enemies. 1 to 2 medium. I feel like maybe it shouldn't. Let's try it and find out all together. This will be a learning experience
you now.
for all of us. Plus, I don't know if we've seen this animation yet, have we? This is a decent attack. That was not worth it though, because Basilio would have done like at least 600 or 700
Can you
probably.
endure it?
Okay, so what's the affinity this time? I think that's when he goes after Yufa, right? Oh, look, he missed! And a resist! Ah,
Accept
you
my
jerk.
challenge.
You dingus.
I strike to kill.
Royal Slash. I think we're
We
fine.
gotta do something about all those ailments.
All the ailments are is that we're weakened. That's fine. And by the way, if, you can still take all this into account while you're voting in the prediction. There's still a bit of time left there. Quiggy said, but it gave us this little bucket emote. Oak says, I can't believe I lost 10k points last stream. Well, now's your chance to win them back.
We
Oak.
settle this
Quiggy
here.
said, by the way, Logan, spoiler chat had a 24-hour poll on how many deaths you'll get. It was a tie between 1 to 2 deaths and no death. Oh, okay, so you guys are... What were the other options? I feel like y'all are optimistic and you believe in me then. So I feel good. So thank you very much for the info. I hope spoiler chat
Defy
has
the rule
been
of strength, then die by it.
enjoying
Here's what I
this.
Oh, not it was done as soon as the battle started.
Wait, no, but it's I can still see it ticking away. I can still see it ticking away. Ah, and there it's done. And there it's done. I hope you voted in it, but thank you so much, Vera, for the 10 bits. It is over now. The voting period has concluded. So now if I want to, I can just throw the fight and be like, yeah, I'm really dumb. What do I do? And then just, and I'll help whoever it is that, because someone voted only 2,000. I'll help that one person. But thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay, Lurking Nightblade, like this heavy or medium, obviously want to be on the offensive, but I think keeping his hit and evasion as low as possible should possibly be a priority as well. His agility is already down 2 levels. I don't know what the blinking means, but let's do that. Let's hit him with that again. And pro tag. Once again, we're going to play very defensively. He's going to top everybody off, even though we're not down too terribly much. I am worried about Basilio's MP, though. But I got like a billion Magla pills.
Quite a boon.
The problem is they're only like 20 MP every single time.
Then die by it.
I pray you're ready.
What else we got? What else we got? I mean, I could try and buff Basilio over there. But except he does... Because you're debuffed, aren't you, Yufa? I wish that it would like show on here, down in the corner, what the debuffs are. But we need to be on offense here. Let's light him on fire. Oh, maybe we burn him. And he'll take a turn, and he's gonna hurt us again.
Annihilate you!
Because he keeps wanting to hurt us. Ow.
I see your game.
But he missed! He missed Heisme. Oh.
Come, accept my challenge.
Blindsided.
Does anybody have like a skill that just like undoes debuffs? Extreme physical pierce damage to one enemy, severely decreases. Oh, that might be nice. Deals heavy physical strike damage to all enemies 1 to 3 times, ignores resistances. Maybe we should do this real quick. And debuff Bro's attacking. Let's do that, because his agility is like way down. Let's take his attacking down too. Have we seen this animation before? Oh yeah, I think it's just that. 1,000, nice.
Good. Very good. Yours is a worthy power, one untainted by petty tactics or cheap tricks.
Does he have a third phase? My turn's not over, bro. You don't get to go again. I still need to do healing.
However,
you don't get to go. Oh, it's a fight. Okay, is he gonna mutate into a human?
Magnificent. You truly have become more powerful.
Oh, do you give up? We can just like settle this like gentlemen and shake hands and say, hey, we did better. I mean, your little bit above your nose is all like crinkling and twitching. I'm going to assume this is not the end of the fight, though, so I don't think the prediction is over yet. I'm worried that this is happening, though. Let's see. Oak says about to lose 5K more because I have faith in Logan when he says, lock in, you got this. Thank you for believing me. Even though Oak is regretting believing in me. Thank you both, Oak and Wendy. Crystal says, we believe in you, long God. Thank you, Crystal. Oak says, also, I think after we finish Metaphor and AAI 2, we might be able to invite Logan into the original spoiler chat so he can see. Oh, that's right, because you guys have a server now. I could finally like look back over everything when he says bros ops are absent today, it seems. Oak says, because I don't think we have any spoilers for other games as far as I can tell. Oak says, at least no untagged spoilers. There might be stuff for like, was that spoiler chat? Was that back when we played AI, the Somnium Files? Pin message written by Castle. Pin by Vera said, his nose is crinkly because he needs to sneeze. Let him chew. Then you can find it. Hang on. I'm going to tickle his nose. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Tickle in your nose. Tickle. Oh, and in Japanese culture, someone in a different location is talking about you right now. Tickle, 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 tickle. Oh, making you sneeze. Makes you sneeze. Well, would you guys have like remedies for not? I've heard some people say for not sneezing, you're supposed to like look up in the air or like look up at the sun. Don't look at the sun. Don't look directly at the sun. I feel like unless you're trying to be quiet, I never want to not sneeze because like losing a sneeze is unpleasant. Getting it out there is nice. But okay, let's play some more.
But I would expect no less of a remnant of humankind.
Wait, what?
You're a survivor of a lost tribe, aren't you?
So are the Elda... So is that why the Elda don't have, like, horns or weird ears or anything like that? Is that we are related to the humans? I wonder if Luis is, like, half Elda. I mean, he has the Clamar horns, but he could be half Elda, kind of like the prince. Maybe Luis is the prince and time travel shenanigans.
Humankind?
Gallica, would you still love me if I was a human?
Because he's elder, you would call him a monster.
I hear him out. He might be right. I may be a monster.
You should know the truth by now. After all that time I allowed you to spend on that pagan island. History, as told by the Sanctus Church, is a fiction. No doubt you saw all the evidence of a truer history.
I love you, future Trunks.
Future Trunks. Future Trunks, I feel like, as a concept was so wasted in Dragon Ball, especially in Super. But yes, he's got the best character design. Thank you very much for your love for Future Trunks. So is that us? Are we Future Trunks now also? Just for funsies. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that, Vero.
One that told of ancient times where the land was ruled by a far different people.
That he's talking about us, chat. It's us.
You mean the legends according to the murals and ruins from the temple?
Wait, is Luis just leaving? He just walked right past us. Are we cool with that? Oh, a pin message written by Oak, pinned by Vera, said, Luis, his name is Mantis, not Antiu. Wait, how do we spell that? Antiu. Antiu? Antiu. Oh, is that what he said instead? And you. But thank you very much for the pin message. I appreciate it. It's always weird when they can't say the name that we create. That's why Fallout 4 is a nice game.
Yufa, don't humor him.
But if that war between gods truly did come to pass...
Gods? How droll. They may have governed all things with works far beyond ours, but they were no gods.
They were humans. Oh, another pin message. Aren't you? That's what it was. Aren't you? Aren't you? He's speaking like he thinks he's in the kingdom of Karain in Spirited Justice or something.
They were an ancient tribe unlike any other race, now lost. Wielders of true magic. The modern age saw them called Elder, shunned from our cities. But in their time, they were known as humankind.
Okay, so all this time I've been saying, like from the beginning of the game, he just looks normal. He looks like a regular person. So that's what an Elder is. An Elder is just a human. But then why are we like, there were times we're like clutching our chest when we can feel the presence of the prince or something like that. So I guess I was wrong about the whole, maybe Elders have a hive mind or they confuse or something like that, but we're just humans. But we're like actual humans, not what the game calls humans. We're just humans.
I thought humans were those mad monsters. What are you trying to say now?
Louis Fogg was definitely a theater kid.
I think you're right, Noobly. In fact, to be honest, I could be wrong, but I feel like a lot of actors were in theater. Crazy. I know that actors would be involved in theater, but yeah, he definitely was a theater kid. But thank you so much, Noobly, for the 10 bits. How you doing?
Luis, you dog.
Your lies will soil His Highness's name no longer.
So does Hulkenberg think that that now that he's kind of basically lost the fight, that he's trying to smear his name by appealing to the crowd's racism?
You believe it false? What would I stand to gain from lies?
Oh, remember last time how I said, I think it was last time, one of the previous streams, I said that the fact that we're in second place right now feels so similar to in Persona 5 when the Phantom Thieves approval rating got up to like 80 or 90%, and then it all came crashing down. This is what's oh, so maybe Luis isn't gonna turn to a monster, maybe we're gonna turn into a monster. And that'll turn like the people against us? Or maybe we won't turn into a monster, but it's just like, he's a human. He's scary, I'm a human, rawr.
Elder are actually humankind? Why wouldn't I know that?
Okay, but remember, Gallica also, one of the last streams we did, there was a thing where she was talking about the prince, is like, and the two of you are best friends, or what? Like, something is up with her memory. Oh, and there's a pin message. Says, please pin lol. This is written by Queen Katie. Said, I'd like to point out that this entire Alderbury arc has a massive spoiler tag section on TV tropes, and it's, quote, Alderbury is a roller coaster of tension and reveals that that happened back to back with no breaks in between. Then all of the redacted details follow after that. Well, I think from the beginning with the opera house and throwing the spear at him, and then all of a sudden, like all the stuff with Forden and Rella, and then Zorba's back, and yeah. So let's keep going. Let's ride this roller coaster, and then we'll see if we get back into a fight. I don't want to finish the prediction until we know for certain the fight is over. It might be, but I feel like this game owes us some experience points at least.
Hear me! His appearance as a boy is mere trickery.
Oh, crap. Chad, he can tell we've been a girl this whole time. I thought we could totally Mulan it. Apparently, that Disney cartoon with the talking dragon was unrealistic.
In truth, he is humankind. He is kin to the feral monstrosities that roam this land, leaving carnage in their wake.
This is weird coming from Luis, because with all the evil stuff that he's done, the one thing that he hasn't seemed to be is racist. And I felt like last time we found out from Forden that the whole reason why they wanted to exterminate the Elda was just because the prince was half Elda and was a threat to Forden's power. Huh?
Trans metaphor MC.
Apparently, metaphor ReFantazio. Yeah. Thank you for the 10 bits, Noobly. I appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, it sounded like the whole reason that Forden had like turned everybody against the Elda was to delegitimize the prince should it ever come to light that he was half Elda. I thought that was what it, but okay, so like, does Luis actually believe this? Or is he just like, I don't know. I'm a bit confused, but let's see where this is going.
He doesn't know when to give up. No one would believe this madness.
I don't know. That sounds like the hubbub of people who believe him, Stroll. I don't know if you've caught on to this, but this audience, this crowd, is just eager to be racist about anything at the drop of a hat.
No need to distress yourself. I'll show you the proof.
Oh crap, is he gonna mutate Protag into a monster? What would be proof of that?
You, boy, who call yourself the prince. You will be the cornerstone upon which my utopia is built.
Okay, and so last time, I said I could see this fight going 3 different ways. I said I could see it where maybe we do outright defeat him, and then there's a different bad guy. Maybe the bad guy could be the giant face in the sky, and then that's the boss that we gotta fight next. I thought it could be where it kind of looks like we defeat him, but then he escapes, or he mutates into a monster or something, he's still a threat, but he's a bigger threat. Or that after the fight, there's a scripted thing where he defeats us. So is he going to actually... He's not gonna kill Protag. But he's gonna hurt us. Or something.
Utopia?
Huh? Purple hand. Well, oh, animated.
What's happening?
Purple's never good in this game. Whoa! Oh! Whoa!
Hey, what is him?
Why didn't he just do this in the fight?
Witness the truth! Good people, you would know the identity of your would-be prince. Here he is!
Crap, when the smoke clears, we're gonna be a monster, aren't we?
It's a monster! It's a human! It's can't be.
The truth of the humans is laid bare.
Eren Yeager is a human.
They're no beasts, but another form of the Elder Tribe. Cast aside their guise with magic, and they reveal their true colors. He is no royalty, no boy, but a ruthless fiend intent on your throne!
It's not true! It has to be one of the Count's illusions!
What illusion? That's no prince! It's a monster!
Yeah, this is gonna hurt our popularity.
It'll kill us all! Run!
What has become of him?
It must be Luis's wicked magic. Yet, the Order of Magla, it's...
Gallica still believes in me,
exactly
right?
like a human's.
Gallica?
He's not!
Thank you, Gallica!
He's a human.
Hey! Snap out of it! You have to stop this!
Don't hurt Gallica, don't hurt Gallica. She is your wife. Are we gonna have to fight me? As the... Oh, no. We're inside our brain? to help anyone in need. Was it too idealistic? Was it too naive to win?
Afraid.
Hi, mysterious voice that keeps talking about archetypes. I should read a couple comments in the chat, though. But yeah, this whole thing reminds me of the Eren Yeager, like, first transformation in Attack on Titan. Speaking of which, by the way, did anybody else experience this weird kind of takeover on your social media algorithm feed where I was suddenly seeing on, mainly on TikTok, a whole bunch of weird videos? I can't remember the username of the person who made these, but they were Attack on Titan parody videos with this character called YN, who just looks kind of like a feminine gray alien. And it'd be like Levi from Attack on Titan would be like, YN, you're so beautiful. And YN would be like, oh, Levi. And then, oh, I tripped and fell. He's like, I'll catch you, YN. Oh, you're so strong. Oh, in a day's work, YN. It's so weird. It's like making fun of self-insert stuff, but it's bizarre. Please tell me somebody else has seen this and knows what the heck I'm talking about, because this whole thing just reminded me of that YN stuff. Let's see. Oak says, I don't think we have any spoilers for other games, as far as I can tell. Oh, read that. Wendy says, let's go. Noobly said, I don't remember if there is a second phase here or not. Yeah, I will hold off on rewarding those prediction points until we see where this is going, because there might be more fighting or maybe not. We might fight Protag, or maybe Protag will get hold of himself and he'll fight Louise, or maybe Zorba will come in. I don't know. But regardless, I do think this is going to hurt our popularity. So I feel like I was right about that. That just like in Persona 5, something was going to happen to tank our popularity. Oh, a pin message written by Oak, pinned by Vero, says, trans, but instead of transgender, it's transformer. Now that's a metaphor, ReFantazio, that I'd like to see. Everything's just a metaphor for robots. So thank you very much for the pin message. And let's see. Wendy says, they low-key did the hour-long park walk. Oh my gosh. Quick Katie says, ad quote, oh, that's right. They asked us questions. Quick Katie said, Logan, don't curse my phone, lol. Okay, thank you very much. Let's keep going then. Let's keep going. Thank you for the pin message. Crystal, thank you for the comment. Queen Katie, let's keep going. Luis called it trickery. And even my very body.
Be not afraid, child. 'Tis not thy true self. 'Tis not thy true fate.
I do feel like that we as viewers who are humans already know this. That unless I'm the only one, am I the only human that's not secretly a giant black and purple monster thing? I'm pretty sure I'm not. Who are you? What do you know about it?
In this moment, thy mind is disturbed, twisted by the power of that man.
That man? Unnecessary feelings.
The time has come. Thou must face the truth deepest within me.
Okay, so I have a feeling the voice is going to power us up, and then we're going to face Louise, and we're going to have a boost, yeah?
What's that about?
What's that about? The deepest truth?
Remember again thy true self, the purpose of thy birth.
Okay. So is it going to turn out that Protag is actually the prince? Or that, like, we're twin brothers of the prince? Or there's some deeper connection between us and the prince? Are we finally going to find out what it is? My purpose? Yes, that's right. I took on a mission to save the prince.
An ideal world.
See, and that's the prince's voice actor, which is it's the same voice actor as Protag, but with a British accent. You could tell he said world instead of world.
Even if reality crushes everything I believe in,
says the prince.
Even if my ideals languish, I know I can trust you to see them through.
And is that because we're good friends, or does that mean, or is that because we are in some ways him or part of him?
It's always been that way.
Hi, Prince.
Whenever my life's been the hardest, you are always there to help me through it.
Thank you for finally waking up, Prince. Your hair has gotten long. You need a haircut.
After all, you're mine.
What? Where's what? His persona? His archetype? What are we? Is it going to say brother? We're his brother? Self? What are... Well, don't tell me, game!
Wake up!
Close.
Wake up!
Hey, I'm just waiting for a kiss of true love to wake me up, Gallica. Oh, crap. That's right, nobody loves me.
Are you well?
I think I felt better while I was asleep looking at this scenario. I think so. I had a strange dream.
I had a strange dream.
Phew. You seem coherent at least. We saw you take on a terrible, monstrous form. We knew not what to do.
I hope that all of you, not just Gallica, but I hope all of you still continued to believe in me the whole time. Let me read some more comments in the chat. When he says, I think I mentioned last time, but I think of it every single time I see a group of people walk seriously into battle. Castle says, I am a believer, but I voted no, so the believers can get some points. Oak says, Wendy, based. Crystal adds the quote. When he says, Louis' character design is actually fire, yo. Oak says, so close to 600. Oak says, 20, I know he should take off his clothes. When he said, I got spoiled on like 90% of DRV3. I can't lie. Crystal says, Batman on. Vera said, gonna end prediction right now, so no one cheats. Okay, so I guess you ended. I don't know why on my screen it was still counting down. When he says Vero, Crystal says Vero, Vera says Wendy, Castle says thank you, and Vera says Crystal. Quickita said, on the bright side, the shout out happened twice, so one of your clips was not Danganronpa, but rather Ace Attorney, the day of Wendy Old Bag's first testimony. That would have been back before the days we had a good microphone. Oak says Vero, Bumbo says, what happened? What I miss? Okay, so Bumbo, here's the big twist, Bumbo. We're a human. We're human. So now, good news, I finally know the answer to that one song by was The Killers that kept asking, are we human or are we dancer? Now I know why I suck at dancer. Cause I'm human. Quickita said, I have my death counters ready to press press buttons for. I couldn't say, but we survived, Quick Katie. Nubly said, clop. MLP fandom flashbacks. Oak, Vera says, Oak. Crystal said, Luis looks so good, we need him naked. Y'all are sexualizing the evil man. Let's keep playing a little bit.
You had vast reserves of magic poured into you. It was eating away at your body and mind, but I've managed to suppress it.
Okay, so that's how we transformed back. It was Yufa suppressing it?
He may be back with us, but without rest, he will surely succumb to the spell.
Okay.
I don't know if he can withstand the same magic a second time.
Ha-ba-ba?
I'm only human after all.
I'm only human after all. I actually don't know any of the other words to that song other than that sentence, I think. But thank you very much, Nubly, for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Okay, so maybe this will be an excuse to have like a whole dungeon crawl that'll be like, you gotta rest, but Luis is gonna give us a deadline of like 3 weeks from now or something to go through his house to fight him. I don't know.
I will not let you die.
Well, thank you, Hulkenberg. I feel like that's the least a friend could do.
It would appear the throne is now mine in every sense. None remain to oppose me.
I still want to oppose you.
Your vengeance is at hand. Will you not finally slay the monster and avenge your people?
Wait, is he claiming to Stroll that we are the human that destroyed his village?
Shut up!
Or just that we're a human? It's like, and Louis like, you know, as long as I'm being racist, they all look the same to me.
Unfortunately, the prince is finished either way. Both this imposter and the true prince at death's door, deep in the woods.
That's right, because last time Zorba said he found out where the prince was, and this is his way of telling us, like, just by saying deep in the woods, because, like, we know that, so we're like, crap, he knows where he's at.
The true prince? You bastard! What have you done?
Plot to kill the prince. He made it pretty obvious, Hulkenberg. Pay attention.
Bloody hell. Is that why he called us here? It was all just a bloody distraction.
Maybe.
Your part in this has ended. Go where you wish, but I advise you run fast if you would outpace your hunters.
So wait, so we're not going to fight him anymore? Now we have to just run to the, wasn't it like an Elda village in the woods? That's where he's being held? Hand grenade!
I don't care if you have to kill it!
Oh, it's a rock. It was just a rock.
Attention now. This looks dire.
I don't know. Let me Hulk out into a beast. I could squish all these guys. Although the way that they're all breathing in unison is kind of freaking me out a little bit. See there.
How could you deceive us?
On accident.
I knew all along that filthy lowborn was hiding something. Monster!
We retreat to our gauntlet runner. We must find him safe haven to rest.
And we have to hope that the other towns do not hear about this before the election.
It won't be long until the entire kingdom hears of this mess.
Crap!
We've no
Heismay!
safe haven left.
What did I just say, Heismay?
Gallica, we've only got one option now. I'm worried about the prince too. I know. We'll head to my home and the prince's refuge, the Elden Sanctum.
Is Gallica taking us home to meet her parents? I mean, I know I'm dying, but oh crap, 2. Only 513, that's not bad. I thought we'd be in the thousandths place. 5, we can work our way back up from 513, do a few side quests, help some peeps out. Mantis's supporters have begun drastically declining in number. 513 is very doable, I feel. No! I will read some chat. I am probably very far behind, but I got very caught up in the drama of what was happening. But thank you very much for the Tomcat there, Oak. It's the Marie.
Luis has saved the country.
What?
He has driven off the human who sought to usurp
So
it.
do we end the prediction?
You know, yes, I think it's safe to say at this point that fight is over. I don't think we're going back into it. So I think so, yes. So congratulations. I guess we won? Question mark? It never gave us experience points. Poor little Basilio needs EXP. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. But yes, I will read some more in the chat because I'm already getting behind. Oak says, bro, if he does it first try, I won't even get that many points in return. Crystal says, prediction was started by Vero. Vera said, nah, it was Crystal. Oak said, I don't even use points that much. I just want wealth. Queen Katie says, Heismay with a heart. Oak says, oh yeah, I got a drum set. Nice. Are you being really noisy for the neighbors? Bumble says, debuff priority, yay. Oak says, duty and buggets. Let's see. There was Tiff's 100 bits. By the way, Tiff, are you still here? Do you see Maria on the screen? Wendy says, Tiff. Vera says, Tiff. Crystal says, downloading Baxter DLC. Well, is that for your which game? Fields of Mysteria? Something like that. Bamenon gifting a sub to Crystal. I was starting to wonder why the Hey Hey channel was getting a little bit quiet. Maybe it's because people's subscriptions have expired. Thank you so much, Bamenon. That's 2 subs. I guess that means I'm doing well today. Thank you, Bamenon. Thank you, Crystal. Once everything syncs back up, you're back in the Hey Hey channel. Bubba said that is 18 extra nickels. Queen Katie says, yes, I have not beaten all of it yet, but there are some moments that are just so good to see. I gotta scroll in the chat a bit. Nora said, do I have a sub on either account? Oh my gosh. Anyways, hi, how you doing, Nora? Oak says, hi. Queen Katie said, hey, Nora, I shouted you out in my stream, and I got a gay Yuri anime clip. That probably doesn't even narrow it down for Nora. Pin message written by Queen Katie, pinned by Vera, said, please pin heart. So, Beowulf had a spoiler clip for this moment, but unfortunately forgot to upload it, so it's possible it won't be seen. Oh, hang on, it just closed. Seen till Friday, which I think Beowulf forgot was off this week, but I'm just sharing a message. Well, thank you very much. We'll keep it out for maybe Beowulf will get here late. But yeah, for those who didn't see on Discord, this Friday is canceled. I do have a work-related commitment that night, unfortunately. So, and I updated the schedule command though. So today, this will be like the only Metaphor stream this week. I hope that's okay. But thank you very much for the pin message and for the information. All right, what was Sagely Seer saying? Count Luis has saved the country. He has driven off the human who sought to usurp it.
Count Luis is our true savior.
Oh, you know, we're probably going to go around town and we're going to see all of our friends and we're going to see if they still believe in us. Because, wait, is that a Denny? I didn't even see him here. What is a Denny doing here? He was like back at Verka Island. How did he get here? He was there like yesterday. Okay, so Denny is here as well with Batlin, Maria, and Fabian.
Sounds like we've got our next king then.
Might as well fall in with him. It'll keep us safe from any humans at the very least.
Well, I mean, now what we have to hope is that maybe if enough people who support Luis think it's a foregone conclusion, they just won't bother to vote. Something like that. Huh? Uh-huh?
Only one metaphor stream is not okay.
Well, just for this week. Next week, he'll be back to 2. But thank you very much, Noobly, for the 10 bits. I appreciate that, huh?
He came to visit or to vote?
Do you think... I hope you don't have to travel all the way to Grand Trad just to vote. That'd be a very inconvenient polling location for Virga Island. It's probably just a visit. He's like, oh, I heard Yufa's gonna be here trying to murder a potential future king. I should go support my Emoto. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Noobly and Vero. I appreciate that.
They'll be all right, won't they?
Are you talking about the people or your friend that you found out is secretly a monster?
That boy is no monster. I'm sure they'll be fine.
Luis! What the hell did he do? Stay safe out there, boy.
My name is Bantis, not boy. Huh?
Maria, platonic, Endodini, romantic, less than 3, 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 less than 3.
So you know what you can do? You can marry a Denny and then adopt Maria. And, because I don't think Fabienne is like her legal guardian. They were very vague as to whether she had anything actually going on with Grius. So,
Mario, my precious little baby.
Mario, oh, you know, she needs a twin brother named Mario. Mario, she'll still talk like this with a little British child actor, but her twin brother would be a Mario. Hey, thank you both, Tiff and Noobly, for the 10 bits each. I appreciate that.
The flow of that evil Magla was surely born from Luis's magic. What a terrifying force.
Not gonna explain what you're doing here, Denny? No, okay.
I'll remember that sight for the rest of my days. But he hasn't got you beat yet, my friend. You can't tell me the fight's over.
I do like that some of our real friends here are still so loyal to us, even after seeing that happen. Even though we don't have like an actual follower bond with Batlin. Oh, it's gotten worse. Mantis supporters are continuing to decline. How have days passed? I haven't seen the flash forward screen where we see the prince napping. Why?
I meant Maria, not Mario. Autocorrect.
That's fair. I think more people are more likely to talk about Mario than people named Maria in general. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Noobly. I appreciate it. How did this happen? Anyway, there's no time to waste. Let's set course for the ancient Elden Sanctum. Don't lose hope, Mantis. Okay, so I guess we're just gonna take off and fly there.
It was more of a defeat than it was a departure. They board the gauntlet runner and rush from the capital, as though hiding from the shrieking animosity of the masses.
Not as though.
Can they endure?
Yeah.
There is no light to be seen.
No light mode? Oh, this is a horrible situation. A horrible predicament. They gotta use dark mode. That's sad. Let's see. Tiff says, no more guilt. Don't make me send another $1.
Hide in place with the Elder Tribe. Wonders never cease.
And Norris is like, I was drunk the whole time. I have no idea what happened in there. But yes, don't worry, Tiff. No more $. But thank you very much for the 2 that you said earlier. Norris said, Oak, my girly pop, what is up? There's a beef long at TTS. Norris said to Queen Katie, which one? There are a lot. Vera said, oh yeah, speaking of Frenzy. Crystal says, laughing. Vera said, Oak, you ranked Frenzy in the If I'm Desperate tier in your tier list. I don't know about that. Whoa! See, that is a better predicament to be in. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Oak says he already killed his ex-wife Salmon. This is a different one. And then says Vero, is this a good or bad thing? I would only on looks. Ray says yellow. How you doing, Ray?
Screw light mode. All my homies hate light mode.
Aww. Does that mean I'm not your homie? Am I not your homie? I have always wanted to be everyone's homie. But thank you very much, Noobly, for the 10 bits. I do appreciate that. And Vera said, and another Frenzy design made it into lowercase smash. Well, apparently it just depends on if Frenzy is cleaned up that day, I guess. Pin message. Quigator said, Manta's voice. But what about my bounties? Exactly. We still got to collect for the Frost Beast. That's supposed to give us some courage pips. So we can hang out with Alonso. We're not like... They wouldn't possibly like give us Basilio with literally not enough time, not physically not enough time to max out his follower bond. And then lock us out of follower. Like, we've got to be able to go back to that stuff soon, right? I think. Let's play some more and find out. A hiding place for the Elder Tribe. Wonders never cease.
We can marvel at it later. The mirror hasn't shown me anything for a while. I can't even see the room now, let alone the prince.
Dude left his phone on too much. The battery died. This is why you don't FaceTime while you're sleeping. It's bad for your phone's battery, huh?
I mean, looks to Haru.
Okay, but I still managed to max out Haru. And so it was there, and fortunately it was because she seemed to like everything that we said. She was very easily pleased. But like Basilio, we got what, like rank 5 with him or something? Like, and we hung out with him like every single time that we could. And so I don't think it was even possible to have enough hangouts with him. Well, plus I think Yufa's seemed to be event locked behind something else because like she just stopped wanting to hang out. Same with Katharina. So I have faith that we're gonna be able to go back to hanging out with our friends soon. We've got to have at least one more dungeon. I'd love it if we have 2, but we might only have 1. But thank you very much, Tiff, for the 10 bits. I appreciate that.
No. Just after we'd finally resolved the curse, too.
Luis's final words trouble me. We must hurry on.
Are we just all talking into the same speaker? Or can Nuris hear any conversation going on in the Gauntlet Runner? Like, legit, I'm wondering, does he spy on us?
At first glance, it is a simple forest, deep as any other. But the observant may sense that every tree in its formation is ancient and grand, bathed in mystical serenity. The name of this place is familiar only to the few who grasp the truth. The ancient Elden Sanctum.
So we did learn from the Virg Island bit that we're like on top of Japan, right? So I wonder if maybe some of these places correspond to Japanese locations, like there's an ancient forest on some west coast in Japan. Maybe, something like that. But it's odd because like Shinjuku's in Tokyo, right? And Virg Island's an island.
Lad?
Probably. Let me try. I mean, I would hope so. I'm not leaning on anybody. I got here somehow.
That's a relief. Seems like the rest on the ride here did him some good.
Poor chap's even got me worried. I'll shuffle along too.
Hey, I reacted poorly when you were turned into that thing. I apologize.
Hey, just next time I turn into a monster and you find out how awful I am, promise you won't think any less of me then. Oh, pin message here. This is written by Noobly, pinned by Vera said, is it a spoiler to say a potential bad ending is up at? Oh, really? I hope there'll be a save point before it because I want to see the bad endings. But if there's no save point, we'd have to like go back and do the boss fight all over again just to experience it. But I don't think that's too much of a spoiler because I wanted some form of a heads up. So that is nice. I don't need any more details than that. Although, I don't know, when we get there, depending on how vague it is, we will see. But thank you very much for the pin message. I appreciate that.
My mind just went blank. For a moment, I doubted you. Forgive me. I should have recognized Luis's drivel for what it was.
I'm still not convinced that Luis was wrong, because he has the same book that we have. It's behind us now. Hey, bro, it surprised me, too.
I don't blame you. It certainly caught me by surprise.
Oh, another pin message here, written by Tiff, pinned by Vera, said, you should be able to save. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So that's good. That is a relief. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tiff.
And here's hoping there can be no surprises worse than that.
Yeah, certainly nothing worse than that is going to happen the entire rest of the game.
But what a sea of trees. If we get lost in here, we're never getting out.
I can sense a special barrier in place. Meant to deliberately lead people astray, too. A perfect place to hide.
That's good. It should mean that maybe Luis's men have been wandering around lost and haven't been able to find the village yet.
Gallica, how fares His Highness? Does the Farsight Mirror yield any news?
Still leaving me on red.
No. I checked a bunch of times in the Gauntlet Runner. I'm not seeing anything. I'm worried.
I should also read some more in the chat because I'm getting further behind. I'll read just a tiny little bit. Once we get some music, I'll read a bunch more. Nora said, "Everyone, I have a job interview in 2 weeks." Oh, I saw you mention that on Discord. Congratulations on getting the interview. Break a leg with the interview. What's the job for, if you don't mind me asking? If it's not like too.
What happens if you burn the forest? Can Louis find it then?
You know, we should find out. We should try to burn down the forest. We should find out. And thank you, Toilet Duck. Oh, Toilet Duck was Rukov. I will save as soon as I can. But thank you, Rukov. How you doing? And thank you, Vera, for the 10 bits. And although, yeah, wouldn't Luis do that? Like, keep getting lost in the forest. Let's burn it. Because what's the worst that could happen? They want to kill the kid at the center of the forest. The worst that happens is that the kid dies in the forest fire before they reach him. But thank you very much for the 10 bits and for the Toilet Duck and for the pin message. Let's keep going.
Hurry and lead the way.
Right. Everyone stay close so we don't get separated. The village is this way.
You heard that? I need to hold hands with Gallica is her instructions. I just need to. And a pin message written by Rukov, which is a little waving emote. How you doing, Rukov?
I'm worried about the prince. His life is in our hands. He believes in a world where people can make their own future, just like you. He's the only one who can see that dream become a reality.
Well, I can. I could probably do that. And we can save. Oh, thank goodness. Yay. Let's see. Bumbo says he's smart. Queen Katie says, "Oh man, I don't know whichever is the one with the white-haired girl sipping tea." Oak says a bit of a boost. Vera says, "Shrug, you might like him." A duty command. Nora says, from IILW TV. Got it. I don't even know what that is. Is there like
Hang on a second.
Wait, where are you going? We have to check on the prince.
I'm just taking my time. I want to arrive fashionably late. I want to see if there's one of those golden beetle things here, which I still don't know what the heck I'm supposed to do with. Okay, so I don't go back in the Gauntlet Runner. Gotta go this way. Gotta walk forward, not backward. Sometimes diagonally. And always spinning. Let's see. Bubble says he was specifically attacking single target weaknesses until the last turn, so no turns would be lost by a miss. Aw. Well, no, I think when you have a miss, you lose like an extra turn. Like you lose your current turn and the next one. Isn't that it? And then if you get like a reflect or something like that, then you lose all your turns? I'm not sure. Vera said, "I love how Protag flails when damaged." Oak says to Nora, "It was very funny." Katie literally said the exact same thing you did at the same time. Vera said he's so dainty. Oak says Mantis actually a peak character. Ooh, I feel like I'm heading into the Korok Forest in Breath of the Wild. I want to see like some little Koroks. Collect some Korok seeds, get a golden poo.
Huh? This looks like...
I mean, it looked like a bunch of flowers. I would say garden, unless it's supposed to be a grave site. Or are we talking about the tree?
Who are you?
Oh, we're seeing how they first met. Okay, we've never seen this before, even though it's sepia tone. We haven't seen this.
Oh, yeah.
Are you all right?
Oh, no, I forgot my anniversary.
My head's swimming. What is this place?
The royal flower? A surprise to see them blooming here.
Something about this place. Yes. The flow of Magla is strong here.
But is it good Magla or bad Magla? I gotta keep reading some more though because I'm still so far behind. Nora said, "Oak, what did I say?" Oak says, but only when Logan voices him. Oak says to Nora, "I don't remember. It was just the exact same shocked noise." Nora said, "Give me the timestamp." Oak says it was right at the end. Vera said the Mantis voice is too good. Bumba says, "Okay, I gave him too much credit." Nora said, "Okay, I'll BRB." Vera said, "The prediction, I mean, it just says see details." Quickita said, "The options for the 24-hour poll was, this is how many deaths. 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, 7 to 8. So many game overs. And nah, he'll live, aka 0 deaths. I assume the nah, he'll live has got to be spoken like Gojo. So yes, thank you. And it was the nah, he'll live, 0 deaths. Not even any of my party members went down. Bubba said, when I joined, it said voting was over. I'm sorry, but I guess that was more fair that way. Oak says, apparently Logan can still see the timer even though it was closed. Vera said, shrug. Oak said, did someone say buff Basilio? Nora said, I just watched it. Queen Katie is so in sync and I'm not even there. Oak says, where can I find this Basilio? He's right there. You just gotta go to the gym with him.
It is much like the altar of the dragon god. The magla in the air seems to be concentrated here. What is this place?
Hi, Gallica. I love you. Bye.
Gallica, something the matter? Your mind seems elsewhere.
She's just thinking about the first time we met. Oh, it was love at first sight for her. For me, it was love at second sight, because I did like a double take type of a thing.
Oh, sorry. I've got this weird feeling that something really important happened here.
It's where you met your husband, Gallica.
Anyway, let's keep moving.
All right, we're moving on. Vera said, when you buy the game, so here Zorba!
At last.
Hey, Big Magic Daddy Lukov told me to remind you to stay lonely.
Oh.
Boo.
Ah! Actually, speaking of, it's kind of funny. So earlier today, there was a knock on the front door. And in my area where I live here, we constantly are getting those door-to-door salespeople. And they're always like, we're just in the neighborhood doing some roofing or fixing people's windows or doing lawn care or pest control or whatever like that. And it gets kind of annoying. And so there's a knock on the door. It's like, crap, it's going to be one of those. And I answer the door. And it was like this really, really cute girl. And she was going door to door doing pest control. But I'm like, we already got pest control taken care of. And so it was sad. But it was also one of those things where it's like, crap. And it was like earlier in the day. And so I hadn't really gone anywhere yet. I'm still in my pajama pants. I am disheveled. I am ugly looking, uglier than usual. And like, crap, that is when a pretty girl comes to my front door. So I am staying lonely, don't worry. But why are we even saying shaded person? This is obviously Zorba. He's even got the weird little lacy things going down his leg in there. So oh, you know what it is? Luis and Zorba, their men probably can't get into the forest. They can't find, so that's why Luis sent us like, hurry, run to your prince. And they're gonna follow us. By us going to the prince, we're leading them there. So if we stay out here, we win. But we're not gonna stay out here because we're dumb. I wanna look at the flowers. Royal flower, huh?
Marketing ploy to get a cute person to come to your front door.
Honestly, what it really is, I feel like if I was in charge of assigning door-to-door people, I'd want attractive people to be going door-to-door for my company.
Just like in the middle of nowhere, you never have door-to-door salesmen.
Well, they're never like selling vacuum cleaners or something, but we always get door-to-door people knocking doors here. But as I'm saying, like, here's the thing. If you have like a really attractive person come to the door, most people probably will be more willing to hear about the product just so they have an excuse to have a conversation with the attractive person, right? So I think it's a good marketing tactic. But thank you very much, Vero and Noobly, for the 10 bits each. Oh, and Crystal just popped over on YouTube. Posted a link there. I saw because there were little emote explosions there. Thank you, Crystal, for popping. It's been a bit quiet over on YouTube tonight, but that's fine. The metaphor streams don't seem to do as well on YouTube for some reason. I don't know why. But thank you, Crystal, for posting that link tree there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's look at the royal flowers. A swath of beautiful white flowers grown in clusters.
Why?
Before I left home, I never knew that these flowers represented royalty. But what are they doing within the ancient sanctum?
I don't know, Gallica. But Gallica, what if we kissed in the royal flower patch? Oh, it's the same thing. I thought it'd be like a smaller patch. Come on, Gallica. Gallica, sit on my shoulder if you want to smooch. Just think it over. But, yeah, she wants to smooch. There we go. All right, let's keep going. Let's lead Zorba to our brother, best friend, self, other half, the prince, and we'll help Zorba kill the prince. As you do. Bavira says to Oak, when you buy the game, Oak says, this buff Basilio. Quickie said, I know, right, lol. I was like, wow, me and Nora on the same wavelength. Nora says to Bavira, oh, hang on. Is that? Oh, these are ruined houses that were destroyed. Okay.
How odd. This place is clearly in ruins, but it doesn't look like natural decay.
It was burned to the ground. One day, a bunch of kingdom soldiers showed up out of the blue. Without so much as a reason. They made an inferno of the place.
I mean, because isn't that what Forden said, or somebody said about Forden? I can't remember who it was, but mentioned that this happened because they found out that the prince was half Elda, right?
But why? Why would His Majesty order such an atrocity?
Thinking back now, it may have been Forden who led the charge. I can't be certain. But if it was up to him, he would have done it just to purge the filthy Elda tribe.
I love you, Gallica, but you don't need that many that long of dramatic pauses.
Luis claimed that the Elden people were just another form of the humans. If he spoke true...
Maybe we can use that power against him.
They're not. There's no way. Anyway, more than half of the villagers died in the fire. And those who survived were forced to hide in caves. That way everyone would think they were wiped out.
And they haven't, like, rebuilt homes since then? Kind of lazy. Let's see, gotta read some more, though. Nora says to Vero, did you approve of that one math assignment, Vero? Vero said, yes, and I rarely approve of math. Nora says, I showed it Turbo in class this morning, and she thought it was great. Oak said, there's gotta be another phase. This is so easy at the moment. Vera said, I don't trust it. Tiff with a smile. Doing some quotes. Castle says, oh, that was the nose crinkly thing. Vera says, Hall of Fame. Tiff said, Louis stopping the battle mid-fight just so he can sneeze. Vera said, true. We're so polite to let him. Vera says, humankind. Huh?
Stroll's voice actor also played a major character in FF15.
Oh, he did? Who did he? Because I never finished Final Fantasy 15. I played through most of it and enjoyed it quite a bit. It was a fine game. I don't think it was great for being like a mainline Final Fantasy game. I think it should have just been like a spin-off, like Final Fantasy Road Trip with the Bros. Because I remember you had Noctis was the main guy. Who was the one guy that was always like, I believe I found a new recipe. There was him, and then there was the buddy Prompto. I think was the guy with guns. He always reminded me of Beast Boy from Teen Titans. Maybe he had the same voice actor. I don't remember. And then there was the big buff guy. But it was also one of those things where the entire premise of the game, for those who don't know, is that you're the main character and you're betrothed to the princess, basically, and you're going on a road trip for your bachelor party with your bros, and then stuff happens. And the problem is, like, you're supposed to get back there and save the princess and get married, but one of your bros, like, sister is so much cuter than the princess.
16, not 15, my bad, and it was Dion Massage.
Oh, darn it, I've never played 16. It's on my wish list on Steam. It looks like a lot of fun. But thank you very much, Noobly, for the 2 sets of 10 bits. I appreciate it. Let's play a bit more of the game, then.
'Tis a shrewd ploy indeed, to hide in a place the enemy themselves saw destroyed. Yet, why did Alcest? No matter. His Highness is in this cave, correct?
Hang on, I got a cough. This is real bad. I got like some phlegm stuck in the back of my throat. I can't dislodge. This is awful. Also, I'm glad I've been watching the early streams VODs because I would have forgotten that Alcest was Grius' name. Also, Protag is just trying to listen to the messages the government's sending to his brain because of G5's cell phone signals.
Yes, over there.
What? That...
This is an awful cough and I can't dislodge it. But yeah, it's just a dead guy. It's not the prince. We know what the prince looks like. It's not this dude.
He draws no breath. Likely a stab in the back. I doubt he even had time to shout.
He has like a slash on his back.
I recognize him. He was the associate of the first operative I came in contact with. He was a lot more skilled than those Sanctist warrior monks. But now...
Ah, there we go. I got it. I'm better now. But yes, I do love this, that all the reason why he's here, that we say that he's strong, is so we go, oh, there's something really powerful out there to slay this guy.
Gallica, the cave is just ahead, yes?
Yes. It's past the woods, over there.
Should we check to see if an evil purple necromancer is following us before we go any further?
Then we move.
Oh, I guess not, okay. You know, if anything bad happens, it's on you, Hulkenberg! Let's see, Queen Katie said, how is it that both me and Logan got nose-related moments in our streams today? I made a joke about a character nose-picking at another character in a cutscene. Well, you know what? The nose is the best part of the face to talk about, probably. Tiff smiling. Castle says, nobody knows. Ray says, I don't have any for sneezing, but for hiccuping, if you just say / yell out loud, I don't have hiccups, it'll go away in a few minutes at most. I heard somebody saying once that hiccups are a vestige of, like, ancient ancestry back, you know, pre-humans, when we lived underwater, and it's just an odd thing of being like, you know, switching to a lunged creature. And someone was saying, like, if you just tell yourself, I am not a fish, that'll help you. It'll be tragic for Basilio because he really wants to know how he'd taste if he was a fish. And I personally haven't ever gotten that to work, but I've heard people say that. Oak said, Luis, his name is Mantis, not Anchu. Nora says, this is stuck in my head right now. Sorry, not sorry, but what I said, I'm trying to have some fun. Don't worry, don't lose your head. Oh, these are probably song lyrics. I never meant to hurt anyone. LOL, say oh well, or go to heck. I'm sorry, not sorry, but what I said, don't lose your head, smile. Vera said he's leaving. Oak says, aren't you? Vera said, amazing pun name. Nora said, it was a $5 million, $50 million, something like that to anyone who gets what that was, my previous message. I say, song lyrics. I need to get to the cave.
I don't like this.
The Magla I'm sensing. I'm worried about the prince. We need to hurry over to the hideout on the lower level.
Can I catch these fireflies? Oh, there are other fairies. Oh, they're running away. Gallica, are you not popular? A fairy?
I think they'll feel a little alarmed if we all swarm in on them in a big group like this. For now, let's leave them be and move on.
I'm gonna catch a fairy. Can I surf on my... No, I can't surf on my sword. Fairy! Gallica said to leave you alone. I don't listen to instructions. This is... Gallica, I'm so glad that you are my girlfriend because this is showing I'm not popular with fairies. Who gets people? We got a little U-chief and a man. Oh, burying a man or lady, I can't tell. It's a fairly old U-chief man. It seems he's working to lay a body to rest. Well, we just leave him be.
Russell? You're safe.
His name is just Russell. We have like Heisme and Stroll, Yufa, Basilio. He's Russ. So is this, at the beginning of the game when we saw the prince, there was a couple of people tending to him. There was an old, I want to say normal, like humanish looking person. And then there was a U-chief. So is this the old U-chief that we saw at the beginning? Yeah, I have a mustache.
My word.
Oh, he's got a character portrait.
Is that you, Gallica?
So he's important.
You were His Highness's tutor.
I know but one red-tressed knight. Are you the royal guard? The Lady Hulkenberg?
Surely no other gingers exist in this world.
By the heavens. Then...
That must mean the rest of you are Stroll, Yufa, Norris, Juna, Heisme, and Basilio there. No need for introductions then.
She's been helping us. Everyone here is a trusted ally. They've all fought to save the prince.
Alas.
Look at his ears.
Oh, what a tragedy. If this reunion had only been a moment sooner.
Aw, is the prince dead?
Russell, where is His Highness? What happened? Is His Highness safe?
If he is dead, don't tell Hulkenberg. She'll eat anything.
A few days ago, those detestable cursed thorns finally faded. I cannot tell you how long I had waited to see them gone. It was truly a joy beyond words. It happened before we could fathom it. A lone stranger, a loathsome figure came striding in.
Is that going to be Zorba? Well, no, because we saw him outside. I thought they couldn't get in. Is this going to be somebody else? Well,
Dead Prince mukbang.
It would be. At least it won't be gross as some because you don't have to like crack the shells. I don't think princes have shells. I don't think they're like like crabs and things. So you have to like slurp the kid's arm flesh through like a shell. But that also might make it a little bit less entertaining. I'm not really sure, but thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. I should read a couple more in the comments in the chat because I have no idea how far behind I am, but I gotta be really far behind. Oh, also, Crystal is saying over on YouTube, love how your latest Ace Attorney YouTube clip was about Orca being a witness and being on the stand, and the comments are just full of Judge having dementia. Well, I mean, that was an important part as well. I also feel very, okay, not good about, but I like the clip that I posted today to TikTok. It was a Persona 3 clip. And I feel like it is the most me sense of humor clip I've had in quite a while that just epitomizes what I like about humor. And not a whole lot of people are really liking it, but I still enjoy it. Go check it out if you feel like. I think it's funny. And then Crystal saying, Orca. Oh, wait. Did you typo? Oh, you did typo. You said Oeka. Everybody, does that still count even though that's over on YouTube? Let's see. Tiff says to Nora, 6 the musical. 6 the musical. Oak said to Nora, I know because you keep singing it to me against my will. I'm realizing now that Yufa's name is only one syllable away from ending badly. Yufa's name? Yufa. Oh, I see what you're saying. Vera says, I agree. Nora says, Oak, when he said Basilio tried to be one of the Beatles, you are not Paul, bro. He could be George, I think. Nora said to Tiff, you get $50 million. That better be real. That better be real, Nora. Oak says, Logan, I'm warning you, don't read this because you'll end up accidentally saying a slur. But if Luis just said Yufa and then that word after it said it will not end well. See, I know, I catch on eventually. Said, I mean, Luis can't say it. Nora said Hulkenberg, that voice line. And then Nora says to Oak, ah. Okay, let's keep going here. What was he saying? Oh yeah, a loathsome figure came striding in.
His Highness had only just regained consciousness since the curse is lifting. Yet, to protect us, he threw himself upon the assassin's blade.
There's no way that happened, right? If something that important happened, we would see it happen. Yeah?
We were horror-struck. His Highness lay pierced through the heart, and we saw him breathe his last.
Oh my gosh. He was pierced through the heart, and we were too late. We give the prince a bad night. No, I couldn't think of how to end that. But no, so is this... Was he deceived? Like, again, I don't think this could be real, right? Huh? Oh, Hulkenberg's sad.
That can't be true.
The stranger was a master of magic. None could match him.
Oh, you know what it is?
Of the Resistance's numbers, only I remain.
You know what it is? Because Zorba's a necromancer. He probably killed Russell and is puppeting him as a dead thrall to say this stuff. So we'll be like, oh, well, I guess we made it here, or huh?
Oh, I just looked at the character portrait for the first time and I thought Heismay was possessed or something. I was terrified, but no, it's just some old guy, it's fine.
It's just some old guy. He's more of he's more of like a Yoda Ujif with stripes on his head, which is cute. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I do appreciate that. But yeah, he's a different Ujif. So Alk, were you saying that all Ujif look the same to you? Until you really get in there and look? Oh, but thank you for the 10 bits.
Who was responsible for this?
I don't know who the murderer was, but he cried his patron's name aloud as he did the deed. For Count Luis. From the moment he appeared, I believe his sole purpose was to kill His Highness. As soon as the lifelight left the prince's eyes, the stranger left, with only a smile.
Yeah, again, we would... They would show us this, at least in like a flashback type of a thing. We wouldn't just hear it. There's no way that happened, or at least didn't happen as he's describing it.
An innocent boy, twice tormented in the clutches of assassins. All because of the family he was born into.
So, since we got a dead boy, can we put his bones in a jar for me to carry around? I've already finished my kid's bones. I could use some new ones. Yeah, I'll try to make these ones last.
Luis, there really is no evil you won't stoop to.
Please, Russell. Where is the prince?
Yeah, show us the body so we can confirm this. Or is he gonna go, it's in the ground I'm standing on?
We've laid him in the prayer room for now, at the end of the cave. He rests just this way.
You're coming, aren't you, love?
I am not your love. I am Gallica's love. Huh?
The dog needs bones to chew on.
And just for the comfort of having bones in a jar. Like, okay, real talk. If you had to be alone in a cabin for like a month, and it's just like no TV, no internet. I mean, you have plenty of food, so don't got to worry about that. But the one choice you have is, do you have a jar of kid bones in a jar or not?
Save RN.
Oh, this is going to be the bad ending. I already did save a little bit ago. But thank you very much, Noobly, for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for the 2 sets of 10 bits. I'm going to say I can't believe it because I literally can't believe it. This is not happening. Rather than, I must. It's hard. I will say, I don't believe this. I cannot believe this.
I still can't believe it.
Oh, I am so sad.
I know. But we have to see for ourselves.
Ah, I'd heard a rumor that there was a boy candidate who claimed to be His Highness. So, that was you?
That was me. I was lying. He. Aren't I a scamp?
'Tis just as Cinderella said. You're no scoundrel. Indeed, you risked life and livelihood to see His Highness restored. Strange. Something in you reminds me of His Highness.
We have the same voice actor. When His Highness speaks, he sounds like this, then he speaks like this, but with a British accent.
We got a pin message. What's it say? Logan, don't... Oh, this is written by Queen Katie, pinned by Vera. Said, Logan, don't speak a dead bat into existence. I will remove the Logan heart button if it happens. I'm sorry, but you know, if he is being necromanced, I don't think it's me who did it. I appreciate that you have enough faith in my abilities as a magician to do that, but I am not a necromancer. I'm sorry. Let me read a couple more comments in the chat, though. Queen Katie said, please pin. Oh, that was read earlier. Nora said, that voice like from Hulkenberg was so keyboard slam insane. Nora said, I have to be at school at 7:30 for the next 3 days. That was what time school started for me, like, I think most of high school. My senior year, I got a class period off every other day, but other than that, Vera said, what? Nora says, tomorrow and Friday for my club. Thursday for a communications thing. Quigata said, trans mantis. Nora said, how did he know? Vera said, tran mantis S. Crystal said, mantis is trans canon. Oak said, trans mantis. Bubba said, no, Luis is not based. Nora said, trans mantis. Vera said, Luis, how can you be transphobic? Nora said, kill this guy. Bubba said, I feel like I've taken trans mantis a different way, huh?
Up into the latest update, the MC shared a voice actor with the male trailblazer of Honkai Star Rail.
Oh, okay. I haven't played Honkai Star Rail, so I wouldn't know that. So good to know. I guess male trailblazer. I assume that means that, like, your character, that you can either choose a male or female, kind of like you choose male or female at the beginning of Genshin. So thank you very much for the 10 bits and for the little bit of trivia there. And I think Bubble may be true. I feel like if you say trans mantis, that sounds like someone who, like, identifies as a praying mantis. Oak said Luis didn't even do anything that bad besides the transphobia, so it's okay for me to ask him to take his clothes off. Nora says, ignoring every other thing he did, that doesn't matter, kill him on the transphobia alone. Tiff said, Luis out trans people, hashtag cancel transphobic Luis. Vera said, so we're goo. I think we are goo. So let's play a little bit more here. It is strange, something in you reminds me of His Highness. You have the same voice, a similar face. No, but he has longer hair than you, that's white, and you have heterochromia. That's the only difference, so that is weird. I have known you your entire lives. How am I only noticing this now?
Something wrong?
No, it's nothing.
Just kind of weird, kind of odd creative choice. I wonder if there's significance behind it.
Well, I will go before you to the prayer room. Once you are ready, you are free to join me.
Thank you, Russ. Hulkenberg wants to know, are you going to eat that? Before I go to the prince, I think I'll help Russell lay this body to rest.
Scoot over. I like digging body holes.
Stroll, you're the most able-bodied among us. Well, no, Basilio, probably. Second most. Why aren't you helping? You going to stay here?
No. I must bear witness myself. As his knight, I must.
All right. I'm going on ahead without us. I'll follow. Sad. Okay, so we gotta save again. Because it sounds like we are on the cusp of a bad ending. I don't know what I'll need to do to get it. I think Beowulf had said there are a couple of bad endings, and they should be pretty obvious. So hopefully we'll be able to see and figure it out, because I want to see what the bad ending is. Either way, if we miss the bad ending, I'll try to remember the next time we save to stagger a new slot, and maybe next time we can go back and find it. Can we pay our respects? I feel like in this forest, if I lay an apple on top of all three of these tiny graves, a Korok will appear and go, "Ha ha! You found me." Can we go inside one of these houses? I don't want to go see a dead kid. Well, I guess we're the same age, so he's 18. He's not a dead kid, he's a dead adult. That's fine. Nubly says, ReFantazio. Bobo says to Vero, yeah, that's what I was going for. Vero said, yeah, I think that's
worried.
That's what he's going for, laughing. The chat just jumped at the funny.
When to look into it. It's obvious when you get to it.
I hope it's like, are you going to help the prince? And he'll have like 3 options. And he'll be like, I must, it is my duty. Next option will be like, I would do anything for a good friend. And the third option will be like, get a bad ending. That'll be the actual words. But thank you very much, Vero, for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Quick Kitty said, I am so hyped. Tomorrow this game's gonna come to Game Pass, and I'll get to start and play this game for free. Oak says, like, who cares that he killed everyone in Stroll's hometown and tried to kill a group of children? Nubly said, there's actually a lot of fanfiction where the main character is trans for some reason. Nora said, that's fine, but transphobia unacceptable for good reason to Nubly. Nubly says, says, it's not headcanon of mine. Nora said, Logan, what if he kills Gallica? Then he's dead. Then I'm done with him, and I will just try to kill him in every fight we have. It'll not be a productive rest of the run. Let's see. Queen Kitty says anime. Vera says whoa. Oak says smash. Nora says whoa. Nubly says just. And Vera says Mantis. No. Nora said Mantis, you good? Wendy says low key. This would be gas as an anime like some Freyrin. I never know if it's Freyrin or Freyrin or however you say it. Stuff for real. I've only seen like the first episode and a half or so. I liked it, but it felt like it was going to be very slow paced. Crystal says Mantis. Oak says chat fits this count as losing first try. Vera said you're a cutie, please don't turn into goo. Oak says does. Tiff was a smiling. Nubly said just because he's a that doesn't mean he's a trans man. Nubly says don't kill the pretty boy. Ray says purple is never good in any game. There's got to be a game where purple is good, right? Maybe not like a swirly dark purple, but there's got to be a game where purple is good. I need to get to the prince as quickly as I can. The prince is in the prayer room on the... Was she just like screaming in pain? On the lower level. I don't want to believe it, but we need to see him for ourselves. So we gotta hurry down. Oh, but these stairs are so steep, so I'm gonna take them angled. And then I'll walk to this end of this step, and then go down a step. And then I'm gonna walk to this end of this step, and then down. Oh, I actually went down 2 steps. That was close. Okay. Then walk to the end of this step, and then go down a step. Then walk to the end of this step, and then go down a step, and then walk to the end of this step, and then go down a step. I'm hurrying, Gallica. I am going as fast. I mean, he's already dead. What's he gonna do? Die? And then go to the end of this step, and walk down a step, and then go to the end of this step, and walk down a step. Oh, this is gonna take a while. Oh, this is gonna take a long time, Gallica. You know, but this is just what you get for marrying me, Gallica. Have you started to regret it yet? You started to regret it, babe? Walk to the end of this step, and then go down a step. Walk to the end of this step, and then go... Oh, I actually started running. I didn't press the L2 button. Game is getting all antsy. Game, chill. And then down a step. And walk to the end of this step, and then down a step. Actually, I can see lurkers leaving. I should probably just go normal.
Nearly time.
Hi. Hi, voice. This voice. Whew. Still zigzagging. Gallica.
Long have I waited.
Gallica? I don't mean to alarm you. There's a voice of a lady in my head, but if she turns out to be a real person, I will not make out with her. You. Hi, people. Hi, small child. Hi, lady. Frightened Elda. Oh, there's more Elda. We're monsters, aren't we?
Pardon?
Beg pardon. Hold on, did you? I don't know what. Hold on, did you really come from from outside the sanctum? What's going on? No, that can't be. Are you truly Elda? Huh?
Mandy's, be careful, you're gonna fall down the stairs. Boo-boo. It's what Mandy's is gonna have when he falls down the stairs.
Yeah, Mantis needs to be a lot more careful. I should probably go back to going one step at a time, nice and slow like, huh?
I love making out with the voices in my head.
I just feel like you need more than just a voice to be attractive. I mean, a voice can be attractive, but still, I have slightly higher standards than that. But thank you both, Oak and Noobly, for the 10 bits each. What about this Elda? Elda Youth?
Hey, you.
Hey, you. Hey, you associated with the group that's been sheltering the prince? It's all because of them that another calamity is befalling us. Well, now that I get a closer look at you, you an Elder. I had heard the prince was the only Elder within the resistance. Can we go in these places? I can't even, like, pound on the door. Nothing? Okay. Run down the stairs. I am hurrying. I'm leaving little dust clouds as my little footsteps.
Time has come.
Okay, hey, buddy, how you doing, Elder Guard? These resistance members can keep on sacrificing themselves for all I care. It's not my problem. I guess that came out sounding a little cold. It sounds like I don't care about people just because I don't care about people. I suppose I can help carry the bodies away. It's too many for that old Ujeef to handle all on his own. Okay, that makes it sound like maybe the Ujeef is not dead. Wait, so can I keep going or do I turn right? Because there's someone at the door. Let's save again. We got to be getting close to that bad ending, right? Right, bad ending time. Nora says, Crystal says, no. Vera says, whoa. Nora said, my boy, no. Vera says, Attack on Titan reference. Oak says, his true colors, purple. Candid woman.
What?
What? Right past this door here is the living quarters. Lady Grey made it strictly clear that it's not to be opened under any circumstances. You heard me now. Hurry along now. People aren't allowed to live in the living quarters. No, that'd be just crazy.
All for this day.
What is this
There
day?
is still time.
Fairies! Hey, Gallica. Gallica, I'm gonna totally have some chill. Watch, I'm gonna act like I don't even see the fairies. The fairies! I can talk to them. Chatty fairy. Let's listen in on the fairies.
Gallica, is that really you? I was wondering where you'd gone off to. Oh, thank goodness you're safe. How are the others? Well, the others, they're fine. It was just a bunch of people who died. But, oh well, dead people. It's not like we're fairies and can resurrect people like in Legend of Zelda. More importantly, Gallica, who's the man with you? Is that, with people, they're dating other people. They have arm candy if they're attractive. But you sit on his shoulder, so is he your butt candy? Is he your butt candy? Do you sit on your candy? We have to gather petals from that flower patch in the forest. What? Sure. Maybe later? Okay, I'm still on a mission, so now really isn't the time to. Oh, you've changed, Gallica. Having a man has changed you. You've even started talking like one of them. It's so weird. And you have a character portrait?
What?
Huh? Are you trying to be a person? Oh, you're strange now. Don't be a person. How
dare you talk to my woman like that, chatty fairy? Okay, what do you got to say, priestly man?
Hello there.
The prayer room is located further in. At this moment, it's being used to mourn those who are no longer with us. I pray you don't cause a disturbance. Well, you assume I'm going to cause a disturbance just because I immediately ran in and started screaming about fairies? All right, let's get ready to head on in. Crystal says, nah. Ray says, bro, turn into a titan. When he said, reveal your true form, Persona 5 reference. Nora says, no. Transphobic Luis, no, my boy. Oak said to Wendy, show me your true form. Crystal says, laughing. Vera said, that's insane. I did not expect that to happen in the slightest. No, that is not how I thought that was going to go. I thought Luis was going to turn into a human. Go to prayer room.
The prince is just ahead. Are you ready, Mantis? Should I read a couple more comments in chat? Because, we're over halfway through the stream, and I don't know how far behind I am. It sounds like it's back when the transformation just first happened.
Nora said, y'all crazy time for me to be here. Oak said, trans, but instead of transgender is transformer. Queen Katie says, no, not to spare. Tiff with a smiley face. Ray says, at least we won the fight. Vera said, easy way to get into the Hall of Fame. Nubly said, Luis is transphobic, meaning he's afraid of Transformers. Nora said, I've seen those too. Vera said, I've seen those. Og. Queen Katie said, Logan, don't curse my phone. Oh, that was the YN stuff we were talking about. Oak says to Vero, are you saving the Hall of Fame comments anywhere? I don't want to see AOT TikToks, lol. Ray said, I effing hate YN so bad, but she's so beautiful. Everyone in the scout regiment thinks so, Ray. Chris said Logan discovered YN, the world is ending. I discovered it like a couple of weeks ago. I just had no reason to bring it up in stream. Or maybe it was 1 week ago, I can't remember. Time flow do be weird. Vera said, now, I wish I did. Queen Gator said the way I instant muted, lol. Oh, because have you not seen Attack on Titan and you don't want spoilers, or do you just hate it? See, Tiff said, yeah, this is the end of the fight, so we can finish the prediction. Vera said, he's done now. Quick said, thank you. Oak said, you should start screenshotting the Hall of Fame comments. Nora said, hey, dude, you all right? Vera said, they're immortalized in my mind. Nora says, Elizabeth, when he said true self, like pursuing my true self. Peak Sona aforementioned. Hang on, I gotta cough for a second. All right, chat, you ready? Are you ready to get a bad ending? Let's go! Let's do this. Vera said, please let there be a butterfly. Nora says, rah. Nubly said, Theodore is better P3 Velvet Room attendant. Didn't you guys say that's Elizabeth's brother? Is that the one who was like in P3P or something like that? Ray said, Logan, I got some news for you. I am a giant green thing. What? Are you the Jolly Green Giant? There's so many people to talk to before we head to the center. Let's start popping some bubs. Let's pop this man's bub. Forlorn man. The people who brought the prince to this village called themselves simply the Resistance. They feared a name would spread word of their existence. Thinking of making a song, Resistance, Existence. I can't compose music though, and nobody wants to collaborate with me. Just because I smell bad and always try to take the credit. But thank you, Nubly. I will save again before I talk to what looks like the body of the prince in the center of the room. Their numbers have gradually dwindled, and after today's tragedy, Russell is all who remains. Hardly a resistance now. Have you seen the guy? He's so old. He can barely bury a body. Okay, let's talk to you, unlikely survivor. The truth is, during the attack, I crossed paths with the assailant. He walked right past me on the stairs? Actually, I clicked it too soon. On the stairs outside. At the time, the only thing that struck me was his unusual garb. Otherwise, he walked by so casually, it seemed nothing was amiss. It was only afterwards that I found out that he had just massacred all those people. I tremble even now just thinking about it. So maybe Zorba did do it, and the reason why I saw him outside is that he's just waiting for us to come in to finish us off? Oh, it's a shadow. I thought this person had like a Homer Simpson type of beard. Manservant.
Hello.
Hello. Beyond this door here is a place the organization's been using as an hideout. Or should I say it was beyond this door because they're all dead. Well, not Russ, but he's old. He won't live much longer. Other than the elderly Russell, the rest of them are, well, perhaps we have brought this on ourselves, but still, it's all so dreadful. What did it say? Bubbly fairy.
Oh, wow, Gallico, is that you? Well, long time no see. Wow, Gallico, the funniest stuff happened while you were gone. There were all these people, and then, like, knives went into them, and then their blood came out of them, and now they don't move anymore. It's so silly. Your friend totally fell into a pond. Oh, it was hilarious. And then get this. Wait, friend? Like a fairy friend? Or is she talking to the prince? Are you busy or something? Oh, you look tired. Oh, we should talk more later, though, okay? All right. Oh, your friend is further in. I think you're late. I mean, I guess they're doing a good job of creating the sense that the fairies are just kind of like completely foreign to people. Onlooker girl. Oh, you're from the outside, aren't you? Hey, am I telling me what's going on here? I just walked in, there's a bunch of dead people. Was I supposed to bring a gift? Nobody will tell me anything. They all just say, don't leave the house. I know the fires were scary, but it's all too much to be holed up like this. I, for one, have no intention of spending my life running between caves and forests. Thank you, onlooker girl.
Anybody else? Anybody else want your bubbles popped? Priestess?
Oh, it's you!
Beyond here lies the altar of secret history, the sanctuary which houses the true history of our people in the world.
Okay, so this will, I guess, fill in all the gaps that we saw from that Shinjuku part of the Dragon Temple.
Kindly refrain from making any loud noises lest you startle the fairies.
Can I skateboard? I feel like I'd feel better if I could skateboard. Wizened attendant.
Come off it.
Well, I've heard the Elder considered a sullied tribe to the outside world. Perhaps that's reflected in the current state of affairs. That child is royalty, yet his life has been defined by tragedy beyond anything I've ever experienced. To think that there are those who would see such a child as no more than prey to be slain, to look upon a mere boy as he and revile him, their souls are truly cursed.
Thank you for judging people not on the color of their skin or their tribe, but on the stabbiness of their character. Oh, another person here. Oh, it's Russell. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going to talk to you last, Russell. Tactless fairy.
Haha, this man-child woke up after such a long nap and then went right back to sleep. You've got it wrong. He's not sleeping. Why do you look so sad? In fact, well, why is everyone so sad? Can somebody please explain death as a concept to me? Well, just play for a little bit and you'll cheer right up when this person wakes up. We should play together.
Gallica apparently has changed. Are all fairies like that? I just want to do one more lap around here. What, we got a merchant here?
Now what am I to do?
Quite a state our village is in right now, so if there's anything you need, now's the time.
Well, what do you got?
Thos.
Thos, indeed. Thank you very much for the 10 bits noodle, even if it's going a little bit over my head. Thos. I should also read some more in the chat because I'm probably still far behind. Let's see. Vera said blue butterfly, please, please. Nora said that man. Wendy said Atlas, I'm on my hands and knees. Crystal said with 2 velvet attendants. Vera says yes. Oak says I'll save them. Screenshotting Twitch comments will be my duty. Duty. Huh?
This is why children should watch The Lion King to be introduced to the concept of death.
Yes! Because of this video game. But yes, they should. No, I'm trying to think what my first experience with the concept of death was, but I'm honestly not quite sure. Comet lands. Oh, but these are all expensive, and I don't have a whole heck of a lot of money. But this makes me feel like there's gonna be a fight. Ooh, that'd be very good. Wait, didn't they had that at Grand Trad? Comet plate? Yeah, because I own a couple of these things. If I had a lot more money, I'd probably get some more of these, but I lack the funds. Is there anything I still haven't sold? Nope. All right, thanks. See you, buddy. What about you, faith leader?
To be completely honest, there are those within the sanctum who think ill of both His Highness and the Resistance. But life is priceless. For him to have died in such a way at so tender an age, let us pray so that such tragedy is never repeated. Offer your prayers not to any idol, but to the God that dwells within.
All right, now we'll talk to Russell now that we popped everybody else's bubs.
Hey.
Russell? The prince is ... dead. When we left, what was the one condition we told you not to let the prince be in when we got back?
Was it dead?
It was dead!
Oh, Highness, for you to forfeit your life in order to save ours, it can only mean that we have truly failed you. There can be no atonement, no penance to match the magnitude of our failure.
Okay, there he is. Let's save and then go talk to the dead prince. So, okay. Again, even though that we're saying Eldas are just regular humans, there's got to be more. So either we did like a parent trap and Protag is the real prince and the dead prince was just his friend. And so it'll be like, it's okay. My best childhood friend is dead, but I'm the prince. Or that we're somehow, because like been clutching my chest and like going like, maybe we'll fuse. Maybe I just need to eat his dead body and then I gain his powers. All right. Knew there was going to come a day I had to eat my friend.
This way.
I was headed that way already, Russ. You got in my way. I don't see a stab wound. Did you change his clothes?
Your Highness.
More like your lowness now, because he's on the ground. Hulkenberg. Soon he'll be like in the ground, like under it. Yeah, how about that? Not the reaction I expect from my jokes, but get it more often than you would think.
Why?
I didn't realize anyone still remained to weep over this child.
You got like a hover platform? That's cool. I'm reading a couple more comments in the chat because once again, I'm still so far behind. Let's see. Castle says, listen, I'm not a giant black and purple boy, but I also don't have blue hair and heterochromia, so... So you're saying we have no proof that you're a human, Castle. Vera said he looks so scared. I hate it. Pomo says he does. Vera said Mantis, silly Manty. Nora said this poor boy. Vera said fusion. Ha! Oak said I'm getting a Dr. Pepper for this. Vera said you're what? Nora said, are you for real? Vera said, can't believe they're not telling us. Vera says, upsetting. Oh no, Queequeg said, are you well? Hulkenberg, we're surrounded by weapons. I don't think so. Nora said, hi, Hulkenberg. Vera said, oh, sweet Basilio, holding our head from the floor. Nora with a frown said, what species is Hulkenberg? Is she an elf? I don't know what the races in this world are. She is, how do you say it? Rosant? Rosant? They just have like, yeah, they got like big, long, elfier type of things. Vera said, Rosant is what they're called, I think. Nora said, how do you say that? Oak says, holy crap. Nora said to Oak, you all right? Queequeg said, pin please. Oh, that was read earlier. Nora says, Hulkenberg voice lines, heart. Oak says, imagine the doomed Yowie if Mantis was actually the human that destroyed Stroll's village and Luis made him do it. That would be so evil. Well, but then they'd also have to like, they would have to Yowie each other for that to be doomed Yowie. Without the Yowie, doomed Yowie is just doomed. Nubly says to Oak, yes, I see the vision. Crystal with a timestamp, 4646. I am over an hour behind in chat. How did this happen? When he said, speed, run, rah, fight. Castle says, woohoo, enjoy your points. Crystal says, yippee, question mark. Oak said, I mean, I guess we won that fight first try, but there's no way that last Louis fight. Oh, there's no way it's the last of the game. That's the second time we fought him at this point. Queequeg said, yeah, I'm rich. Could you pin my message? I shared for Beowulf. Vera said, gonna make a prediction then. Castle said, we won the fight, but lost the war. Maybe we'll win whatever is bigger than a war. What is bigger than a war? Huh. When he said One Piece fights after 4 episodes of build-up and 2 flashback episodes just for Luffy to down the enemy in one hit /J. Oak said it being really noisy for my parents. They're not happy they allowed this. Crystal says Batman on. Nora says whoa. Queequeg said to Vero, could you pin my message earlier? It's a very important message I passed on from Beowulf. Noobly with an emote. Vera said, oh sorry, didn't see. Salute. Oak said, the house and my neighborhood are far enough apart that I don't think they can hear, but I'm planning on soundproofing my room anyways. Hopefully soon it will be less painful to parents. Vera says, I'm proud. Oh, the schedule command. Queequeg salute says, thank you, Vero. Queequeg says Battle and Heart. Oak said Tiff pulled up a Denny and Maria in one screen. Oak says Luis is gerrymandering in a video game. Tiff said, oh, that was TTS earlier. Vera said battling is cheering for us. We made it in life. And Nora said platonic Tiff. Vera said Mario. Queequeg said, well, while we're going through the trauma/drama, I'm getting wafers. Oak says Mario. Tiff says to Nora, how many bits your next stream to make this go away? When he said, gonna lurk for a bit while I do my daily game grinding lurk. Think of the lurk, Wendy. Good luck with it. I'm assuming it's either in Project Sakai or one of those other games. Let me read just a couple more comments because I am so far behind in chat. Vera said bye-bye, Wendy. Oak said goodbye, Wendy. Nora said, I don't know, man. I can't delete my own messages. Tiff said, dang, you're right. Nora said, but 10,000. Queequeg said, Mantis voice, but what about my bounties? Vera said, huh? What to delete? Nora said, unimportant. Boba said, no more light mode. I will help. Oh, so it was Bumbo that did it earlier. Vera said laughing. Queequeg said, look, it was the first thing on my mind. Oak said, it's been a while since I've seen Vero with the 25,000 bit badge. Nora said, Logan, you my homie for real, for real. Oak said to Noobly, oh, you're about to receive bad news about Logan. Vera said, I can change it. I can change to it. Hold up here. Noobly said, dark mode supremacy. Nora said, no, Logan, go back to chat. Queequeg said, oh, right, I forgot about my wafers. BRB, nobody dies or gets insane plot twists. Oak said to Vero, oh, wait, I mean the orange one. Holy crap, does that mean that's a 50,000 bit badge? And then Nora said, bro, Atlas hires literally the best voice actors ever. Like I'm over here fangirling so hard. And Vera says, yeah, here. Oak says, whoa. Vera says, gosh, tell me about it. Noobly says, it's a spoiler to say potential bad ending is up ahead. I assume that means I need to get back in the game. I got it. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up in chat because I'm over an hour behind. Hopefully that helped a little bit. We are in slow mode, so maybe we'll get there. We got to see if we can get a bad ending. We're almost 2 hours in the stream, I just realized. I don't know how that happened, but let's keep going.
I didn't realize anyone still remained to weep over this child. He just wasn't very lovable. I assumed no one would care that he died.
Huh?
Oh, Gallica!
You've returned.
I forgot it was voiced.
Milady Gruaday. It's been a long time.
Her name is... She has that name because yesterday she was this size, but then she just grew a day.
May I ask who this is?
Lady Gruaday. Yesterday she was this size, but then she grew a day. Stroll, I literally just said it. Stroll, were you not paying attention?
She is the chiefess of this village. The Hermitess Gruaday.
Yeah, yesterday she was this big, and then she grew a day. Stroll.
She was kind enough to shelter the entire organization when His Highness fled to these woods.
I can't believe he's gone. I'm just some parapus orphan from the slums. I was never supposed to outlive any prince. Was he killed here?
No. It all happened in the bunk room in the back. We moved him here to the altar once all was quiet.
Okay, so maybe his death is still fake if it didn't happen out here in the open with everybody seeing it. Again, something weird is going on. However, I do think these were the two people that we saw attending him at the beginning of the game. But once again, maybe they're dead and they're being puppeteered by Zorba. But if he was able to get in here to kill them, why put on this whole show? Who would this be for? What would this accomplish?
I don't know if you'd believe me, but I received a revelation. Should the prince die, his body should be kept safe and still here until the rightful day comes.
Is that today? Am I supposed to do something with it? To it?
Even if the boy is but a bastard sired by that despicable man. He is still Her Majesty's son.
Her Majesty's? Oh, that's right, the Queen. Did we ever find out, like, when or how she died?
Despicable? What, you mean the king? Wait, who's Her Majesty?
Do you know nothing of the child's mother? The boy was not brought across borders to us. He was born here, in the ancient sanctum. His mother was our past chiefess, the queen of our elder tribe.
Okay, it's not the queen of the nation, but the queen of the
Yes,
tribe.
we do have to do something today. Grow.
And then you can be Lady Gruaday. Because then when it's big. Thank you very much, Vera, for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. I hope that wasn't too annoying of a bit for me to keep doing over and over again. But I thought the repetition was what made it funny. But thank you for the 10 bits.
She was a flower amidst the forests, a woman of such beauty, grace, and kindness. She saved this child from the flames. It cost her her life.
Okay, so she died in the fire at the beginning, but I thought the whole thing was that we, like our village was killed, and we survived the fire. Do you think maybe that they just mixed up the babies? That we're like two babies that just look very similar, and somebody put like little shells over each of them, put them on a table and mixed them up, and then popped them up. It's like, which baby? I don't know.
Her death is on that man's hands. Like a piper, he wandered in and seduced the young queen with his idealistic tales.
That's true, pipers
But
are
he
hot.
failed to protect his family and died powerless.
I mean, I don't know. Like, does anybody here have the willpower to withstand a piper? Like, if you met a piper, even if the piper isn't piping, they're just so attractive.
The village was only set ablaze because the boy was in the way of the Sanctus Church's designs on the throne. And that insipid king could do nothing to stop them. But you see, this boy, His Highness the Prince, looks so much like Her Majesty. And so...
You know, if he really is dead, I hope from now on, every time there's the flash forward to the next day, and we would normally see him lying there, because at the beginning of the game, he was lying there and he had like the cursed thorns all around him. And then we lifted the curse, he's still lying there, but no more thorns. I think he should still be lying there, but every time you see him, he's just a little more decayed. Like soon the skin starts to like sink in his cheeks, and then like it'll get a hole and you can kind of see the teeth on the side and like kind of sores opening up and little bugs buzzing around and stuff. Just like a little tiny bit each day. I look like him.
You there,
It's me.
boy.
Yes.
Are you perhaps...
Probably him. I don't know.
No, it can't be.
I look like him. He
yet-
Yeah, he came in a dream and he said that I'm his something. I don't know.
Is something amiss, milady Gruade? He is one of Gallica's allies. His loyalty stands with His Highness, and he has risked much in the prince's name.
Whoa! What's with the formal introduction? You were the one who gave us our orders in the first place.
Okay, so this is once again, it goes back to the whole thing, there's the last stream of the stream before, where Gallica's like, because you're his best friend. Wait, weren't you? Aren't you? So, are my and Gallica's memories fake? Or are their memories fake? This is making it sound like that Gruade and Russell aren't dead and being puppeteered by Zor, because he probably wouldn't know this stuff. So maybe he really is dead. It's weird that they would do that, like, off-screen, though. Maybe all those times we were, like, clutching our heart, it was because that maybe we are the prince, and we've been the prince the whole time, and the curse was bad, but not so bad that we couldn't move around, and we set out on an adventure to cure our own curse, and had someone or something taking our place behind, pretending to be the prince. And maybe the whole thing is like, I wouldn't have other people risk their lives for my sake. I will go out and I will do this. And that's why once the curse was lifted, the prince didn't just wake up. So maybe it's not a whole secret with how Elda worked. Maybe we are just like regular people, but the whole thing is just we're a prince. But then we altered our memories so that we wouldn't know it for some reason? Something here, but yeah, I think we are the prince. And our memories are fake.
Hurry.
Huh? Wait, huh? I hear that voice again. It's coming from somewhere, probably inside my brain.
Hey, are you okay?
Just hear voices. It's probably going to tell me to do a bad ending thing. Probably I was going to stab the prince or something. I don't know.
The time has come. Here thou camest to the end of thy journey. This secret place was home to thee.
Light mode is amazing.
Now, remember thy path thus far. Walk thy life's road and see it anew.
Anybody got an ibuprofen? Okay. When do we make our choice for the bad end? Oh.
I have been waiting for thee to overcome thy trials.
Like, who is this?
Long have I waited for thy return.
Oh, I bet it's the voice of the prince's mom, Her Highness, the Queen of the Elder Tribe.
Know this. His life is not yet ended.
Is it because I am him, and he is me? We're a happy family. What do you mean? This voice.
This voice.
It all started on that ill-fated day when the usurper thought to extinguish his light.
Okay, so we're finally getting the explanation for everything.
Before he fades away, recount all thou hast seen and felt, all thou hast gained in thy journey's course.
I look now to the past. I see the roads I traveled on this journey.
Gallica and thee sought to take the head of Louise, but thy efforts came to naught. So, ye moved instead to join a tournament to decide the land's king.
Also, I appreciate that you're doing better with grammar than Persona did. In the prince's name, it came to nothing. No, it was in the prince's name.
In the prince's name.
Though thy plan was reckless, thou didst win the trust of the people by the support of peers and subjects alike. Thus, thou didst declare thyself the prince.
Or maybe, crap, to get the bad ending, maybe I'm supposed to just say it was all for nothing, it was all a mistake. Is it too late? And we got Sir Bacon over on YouTube saying lobster meat, lobster, lobster meat, lobster meat. Sir Bacon, are you having lobster right now? Okay, pin message said, no, you're fine. Okay, thank you. I was like, crap, did I lock myself out of the bad ending? Thank you very much, Vero, for the pin message. The trust of the people, yeah. Though thy plan was reckless, thou didst win the trust of the people and the support of peers and subjects alike. Thus thou didst declare thyself the prince. It was all for victory.
It was all for victory.
After overcoming many obstacles, thou didst finally lift the prince's curse. Yet by the cruel machinations of another, the young prince
Is taking a nap in the middle of the room. Is no longer with us. Lies dead before me. I'm gonna say he's no longer with us because, like, there's more to this than him just being dead.
He's no longer with us.
Thy sole mission was to save the prince. Bereft of him, thou hast no further reason to live.
Pick the pessimistic answers.
It's too late! It's too late! We did save before this, so we might be able to go back and do that if that's what's gonna get us the bad ending. But we will see, Noobly. Thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. Just make sure that, like, as we're doing it, we don't want to... I don't know. We'll see. We will see. We will see. But thank you for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. Okay. Thy sole mission was to save the prince. Bereft of him, thou hast no further reason to live. That's not true. This is where it ends. Or maybe this is the one? I don't know what gives a bad ending. Let's just keep going with what we've been doing to be optimistic, and then if we don't get a bad ending, we can reload the save, and then go back and try it where we see what the bad ending was. Deal? Is that a deal, everybody? Yeah, I'll say that's not true. I got a reason to live. I got my sweet fairy wife.
That's not true.
If the prince is dead, weren't thy efforts all for naught?
I made friends. He's not dead. His will lives on. It's over. I will say he's not dead. I'm the prince. Maybe?
He's not dead.
So thy resolve is yet unbroken. So be it. Thou hast earned the truth.
Okay, we're finally gonna see. We're gonna see what it is that he was talking about. It's like, you're my, or I'm your, or whatever. We're gonna see. Are we the prince?
He was consumed by the curse, and was taken by a deep, abiding slumber. Yet his soul remained alive.
Am I his soul? I don't think in regular human people, if that's what Elda are, that you can just, like, send your soul out with a different hair color and heterochromia.
So from his earthly form, I extracted his soul, that he might travel the land in Odyssey. And thus, his stilled sands began to flow once more.
You missed the bad ending.
Okay, well, we'll reload it. We'll find it. But thank you very much, Noobly, for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. Okay, so... It sounds like I was right, though. Ish. So we are the prince. And so from his earthly form, I extracted his soul, that he might travel the land in Odyssey, and thus his stilled sands began to flow once more.
Thy journey hast taken thee far, and taught thee much. So now I ask thee, who art thou?
I am thou, thou art I. I am just a traveler. I am the prince's friend. I am no one. I want to say I'm the prince. None of these are right. Okay, I'm the prince's friend.
I'm the prince's friend.
Is that truly thy role?
No, but they didn't give me the option.
Clear your mind and think. To name but a few. Thy parents, memories of thy youth. Hast thou any recollection of where and how thy youngest years were spent?
I had one flashback where I was like with the prince in a garden, and I think he was leaning against a tree, and I'm like, you sound like me, but you're British. Oh, my head.
Yes. Thy memories begin the moment thou befriend the prince. Dost thou suspect the reason?
I am the prince. I just don't remember. I don't have a past?
I don't have a past.
As I said, thou hast nothing. Thou art a being of mine own creation. 'Twas Gallica alone who the Resistance laid their hopes upon all those days past. Thy life had yet to begin. All thou hadst, all that had been bestowed, was a memory. Thy mission to save the prince. Thy memories of youth in the prince's company, and the void enshrouding all else in thy past. All signs of thy conjured existence.
I have nothing?
You have Gallica, bro, and your friends. But only one dog. Because of that Luis guy.
Nay, the words of the prince in thy memory are unmistakably of his true heart. The memories gained on thy journey, the friendships made, the trust forged. These true things art thine own. All thy trials, all thy experiences wert to prepare thee for this day, to share the strength thou hast gained with thy other self.
My other self? Do you mean question mark? I'll go my other self.
My other self?
He is dead. He is dead. The trust and friendship I've gained has been there to support me. But if they'd known I came from nothing, that I am nothing, would people have stood by me? Believed in me? And the same goes for the desire to help anyone in need. How is it that I've touted such a laughably idealistic belief this long?
Accept the truth, and thou wilt face an ordeal beyond any you have yet faced. If thy desire is instead for freedom, thou mayest still abandon thy mission and end it here.
Oh, it sounds like we still got the opportunity for a bad ending.
Is that right?
I see. My true identity is...
So I bid thee answer my final question. Who art thou in truth?
Hey guys, ready for a bad ending? I am the prince. I refuse to know. I don't want to know. Let me read a couple more comments in the chat because I'm still so far behind. Where did I leave off? Vera says, yeah, here. Oak says, whoa. Vera says, gosh, tell me about it. Nubly says, is it a spoiler to say a potential bad ending is up ahead? Vera said, nope, let me pin it. Vera said, because Logan would want to save and try to get it. Tiff says, you should be able to save. Nubly said, Stroll X will my beloved Yowie. Vera says, okay, good. Quigita said, I have wafer and milk. Tiff said, if I remember correctly. Bumbo says, Rukov. Vera says, Rukov. Nora said, so y'all remember Z, the girl I wanted to fight? She does origami a lot, and has given me some origami stuff, and I loved it. Because I love origami and I'm so fascinated by it. And so the other day I learned how to make a paper swan. I gave it to her. And then this morning made a paper butterfly and gave it to her. We're friends where we joke, insult each other a lot, you know. And so it felt so amazing when she was so genuinely appreciative of the stuff I made her. That is awesome. That is like heartwarming. Good on ya, Nora. Rukov with a waving emote. Vera says, Rukov wave. Nora said, interviewing for Culver's. It's a Midwestern fast food place, but when I say fast food, I don't mean like McDonald's level. Not hating McDonald's, though, because I can't, but it has really good quality stuff, and everyone there is so nice. Pin perchance. I've heard of Culver's before. And it kind of reminds me, early on, one time, one of the first times I had In-N-Out, I was out of town, I was in California, and I was talking to someone who, there was a family, and their teenage daughter worked at In-N-Out. And I just remember remarking at one point, it's like, every time I'm in In-N-Out, it seems so frantic and busy. That's got to be such a stressful job, even for a fast food place. And she corrected me, and this must be like one of In-N-Out's company lines. I never heard this before. She goes, it's not fast food. It's quality food, fast. And it was in my head, I'm like, you are so indoctrinated by this place. It is good food, though. Vera said, you're doxing yourself, girl. Rukov says, Logan said, duty. Vera said, sounds like a local place. And then Vera with the duty command. Nora said, they're all over the Midwest, bro. I'm not doxing myself in the slightest. Vera says, shrug. No, I've heard of them. Like, they are all over. I don't think I've ever been there, but I have heard of Culver's. Nora said, those are like a lot in Minnesota. It's fine. Rukov says, thanks. Vera said, oh my gosh, first meeting. Oak said, we aren't allowed to be an hour in the stream. Also, Logan is so far behind. Oh no, crap. We're over 2 hours in the stream. How am I so far behind? Quigata said, by the way, guys, I do have a spoiler clip that I think Beowulf used in their edit, but I'll still post it later in a little bit, maybe, if it happens this stream. Rukov says, okay, gonna go sleep, remind Logan of his duty to the brand. Good night, Rukov. Thank you for being here. Sleep well. Crystal says, night, night, Rukov. Vera says, rest well. Bubbo says, I love how that is our quote 420. Wait, what was it? Oh, my life is complete. Logan moments before going into a hot tub with a fairy. WTF is Clover's. Apparently, it's a Midwestern fast food place. Culvers. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Noobly. I appreciate it. Over on YouTube, Sir Bacon is saying, Forsaken close to me, LMS lyrics, misunderstanding. No. Oh, was that lobster meat was lyrics? I'm sorry, I didn't recognize it, Sir Bacon. Let's see. Vera says he's following us. He shouldn't be able to. Come on. Quiggita said I have it on speed dial via Stream Deck, and I have it labeled with a Gallica icon. Nora said petition for Logan to stop talking bad about himself. And Oak says signed. It's what I do. And Queen Katie with a clip. We'll come back to that in a minute. Let's try this. Let's see if we can get a bad ending. Guys, ready for a bad ending? We have like 45 minutes in the stream. We can totally see a bad ending. I refuse to know. That's not how he says it. I refuse to know.
I don't want to know who I am.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I suck.
So, thou art unable to face thy true self.
Yes.
If that is thy true wish, then so be it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. I wonder how much of a cutscene we'll have to go through. Because in Persona, sometimes we get a bad ending. You'll have like 20 minutes of cutscene before that.
The prince and the hope that rested upon him was no more. The banner they strove to raise fell to ruin. Unity forged among allies and promised to the people was a fleeting hope. The opportunity passed. Only Luis, the sworn enemy, remained to take the throne. And then, inevitably, the day came. The authority of the king's magic, along with the royal scepter, were passed into Luis's wanting hands. That was the day fantasy died.
By the way, this does not count as a game over screen because we're doing this intentionally. So Queen Katie, if your itchy trigger fingers are on the counters, even if it says fantasy is dead, that is not a game over. It doesn't count.
No one knows what became of the kingdom thereafter.
Not even the people in the kingdom, because they stopped paying attention to politics.
All that is certain is that none of their names, not even those of the heroes, passed into history.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Credits! Yay! So that is Metaphor ReFantazio, directed by Katsura Hashino. While the credits are rolling here, let's check out this clip from Queen Katie. Let me load this up at the clip viewer. So for anyone who might be lurking or who doesn't know the deal, whenever someone posts a clip into the chat, we pop it up in a clip viewer so we can watch it together. This clip from an hour ago. Oh, it is the perfect timing, because look at the name of this clip. It's titled Roll Credits, y'all. This really has been Metaphor Refa. Probably can't get into the forest. They can't find, so that's why Luis Santa's like, hurry, run to your prince. And they're gonna follow us. By us going to the prince, we're leading them there. So if we stay out here, we win. Yeah. But we're not gonna stay out here because we're dumb. I wanna look at the flowers. I was wrong about that apparently. I guess the kid really was dead. Sad to say, but thank you very much for the clip there. Quiggita said, I'm definitely gonna make an edit out of this clip. Just cut Logan off at saying we win with fake credits while I sing a fake Metaphor song. Also, hang on, I gotta click this thing over so I can still see YouTube. 1 second. YouTube has been like crazy sleepy tonight. I don't know why. Quiggity said, or Vera said laughing. Nora said, Vero. Vera says, huh? Nora said, hi. Vera says, hi. Castle says, Ignis. Scientialal. Yes, Ignis was what I have a new recipe. Noobly says, I got 15 and 16 mixed up. It's easy, they're close to each other. Nora said, what is a transverse wave? Vera said, likely a stab in the back with a huge slash on his back. That's what a transverse wave is? Noobly says, BRB. Queen Katie with another clip. Okay, let's load this one up as well. We're just gonna watch a bunch of clips while these credits are rolling. And hopefully we'll see one eventually that doesn't say an hour ago. This is titled, Blame the Burger of Hulk. So let's check out this.
Cave is just ahead, yes?
Yes. It's past the woods, over there.
Should we check to see if an evil purple necromancer is following us before we go any further?
Then we move.
Oh, I guess not, okay. You know, if anything bad happens, it's on you, Hulkenberg! I feel like caution was called for, but thank you very much for the clip. I appreciate that. Let me pop back over to this screen here. Quigator says, ad quote, Gallica, you're not popular? Quigator said, I love this old man bat. Is it because he's a bat or because he's an old man? Boba said, he gonna die, I just feel it, or maybe it's just because of cramps. Nora said, I'm gonna draw Hulkenberg for the second time. Crystal says, it still counts because it's YouTube chat. Crystal says, oh, that counts as a chat typo. Adds a quote, Bumba said, YouTube chat is valid chat. Nora said, oh, I was so scared he was gonna say it. Nubly said, Yufa, and what word? Timestamp 1:22:33. I'm still over, or not quite an hour. 58 minutes behind. Quingy said, and Russell didn't think to contact us afterwards? Momo says, yeah. Vera said, that's smart. Quingy said, Logan, don't speak the dead bat into existence. I will remove the Logan heart button if that happens. Please pin that. That is a legit threat. Oak says, I'm saying they look the same in that they have the same shape and are positioned in the same way in the character portrait. And also, I don't think that was a different I didn't know that there was a different bat. Did you think Heisme was the only bat? Or just that the only bat important enough to have a character portrait? Vera said, I transformed Roddy twice so far. 125. 55 minutes behind. I'm catching up. Vera said, I mean, he can't, I don't think. How would Russell not know about us? Oak said, I love you, Mantis voice. Quigata said, yeah, wasn't he literally in the flashback at the start of the game? Nubly said, I'm so glad this game has voiced MC. Oak says, I'm so glad this game has voiced MC because we are robbed of the opportunity. I'm so sad this game has voiced MC because we're robbed of the opportunity for Logan to voice him more. And Vera with a clip. It's a good thing we reached the credits when we did because we were just checking out all these clips during the credits. This will also give us an idea of how long these credits are, just for later reference. This one is still listed as an hour ago, because I think it just will always say an hour until we reach the 45-minute mark. Said, this is going to be the prince's voice if Logan had to voice him.
Strange. Something in you reminds me of His Highness.
We have the same voice actor. When His Highness speaks, he sounds like this, and he speaks like this, but with a British accent.
That sounded so bad. I am not good at that, apparently. But thank you very much. If we suddenly get a British accent as the prince, then yes, that's what his voice will be. Thank you, Vero. Nubly said, both the Trailblazers VAs were replaced due to the strike. I heard that some of the Hoyoverse games were having that. I also saw some update where there was like a final offer on the table to end the strike, and I think SAG rejected it, and some people were upset. I don't know if it's good or bad doing that. I don't know all the intricacies, but I feel bad that the strike is still going on. Oak says, oh no, we're goo. Vera said, we're goo. What?
That's not all.
Oh, it's this one.
Oh, okay, we gotta have a drum roll. Is it a Dachi?
I think everybody's already seen this part of Persona 4, so plug your ears if you haven't played Persona 4.
Moro Oka is dead? I shouldn't be happy about this, but I'm happy because I never have to try and do that really hard to do voice ever again. I mean, oh, poor.
And that's the thing, if I have to do a hard to do voice for you, then you deserve death, apparently. That's what I take from that. Thank you for the clip roulette. Let's see, Oak says, Hulkenberg, why is your hair pink? It's just because of the lighting. Because we're in this forest and it's dark and you can't see as vibrant of colors. Nora says, Hulkenberg, I love you. Queen Gator says, add quote, Stroll, you're the most able-bodied among us. Oak says, I know it's lighting, but it really looks pink. Nubly said, it's red. Russell even said that she is red tressed. Queen Gator said, I think we all know who will be my first max when I play Metaphor lol. Oak says, yup, Frank. I don't know if we can even max out Frank yet, story-wise. Like, some of them seem to be story event locked. Because, like, we haven't had Frank suggested in quite a queen Gator said, hi, is made with a heart. Queen Gator said, I hope there's good purple somewhere. Oh, good purple somewhere. Nubly said, okay, hear me out, but Frollo's voice from The Hunchback of Notre Dame is really hot. Okay, but he is an old man. But it's like deep and gravelly. Oak says, add quote, is he your butt candy? Vera said, fairies are not people. And then adds the butt candy joke. Queen Katie said, nah, I just don't like Attack on Titan, lol. Oak says to Nora, no, we aren't. Nora says to Oak, I thought we were going to. We talked about this. Oak says, you can't make me watch. Nora said, I thought we were going to. Oak said, I don't think I said that. Nora said, we talked about it a bunch and said that we should watch it, and you agreed, and we were going to watch it one day, and we decided on KKG instead. Oak said, did I pull a Vero and sleep talk something? Nora said, we were on this call, this poor girl, oh my gosh. Oak said, wait, did the prince die while I wasn't looking? Yes, apparently. Well, none of us were looking. Oak says, yeah. Queen Gator said, yeah, an old Batman told us earlier you were focused on pink Hulkenberg hair. Castle says, I mean, it's clearly the name. I am not human. I am a castle. Good call, Castle. Horror Haven! Crap, how long ago was this? And look, it's the always awesome Logan Robo. Hope you're doing fantastic, my friend. I don't know who the always awesome was, but I'm a half decent Logan Robo. Horror Haven, you're probably long since gone. But thank you for popping in. Sorry, I'm so far behind in chat. So good to see you. Crystal says, doomed, yowie. And there's a 60-second slow mode. Crystal says to Nora, like a black, black sorrow, story of such woe. Queen Katie frowning. Viewer says, I hate transforming riding into a car. It's always the arms that won't connect right. It's because you started with a masterpiece figure. I guess I could have tried to recommend a slightly easier figure to start with. But he's kind of cool, isn't he? Nora said, Crystal was singing that earlier. Vera said he's not going to transform all the way. Sorry, Roddy. Timestamp for Queen Katie, 1:54:45. I'm like a half hour behind. I'm doing it. Nora said I'm doing a really crappy fast Hulkenberg drawing. Oak with a raid suggestion. I mean, I guess it was kind of early for that, but now I guess you might want to start keeping an eye out for raid suggestions because we are just about to the 2.5 hour mark. We are going to try and reload and watch that bad ending. Oh, no, we saw the bad ending. We'll reload so we can continue for the good ending in a little bit here. But thank you very much, Oak, for the raid suggestions. If anybody else wants to start keeping an eye out for raid suggestions, now is a good time to start doing so. Oak says, Logan forgot women exist for a moment. Well, they're never around when I'm around. And Vero with a clip. Let me load this one up, and this will tell me how far behind we are now. This clip from Vero is 29 minutes ago. See, I'm getting there. Titled Grew a Day. She has that name because yesterday she was this size, but then she just grew a day.
May I ask who this is?
Lady Grew a Day. Yesterday she was this size, but then she grew a day. Stroll, I literally just said it. Stroll, were you not paying attention?
She is the chiefess of this village. The hermitess grew a day.
Yeah, yesterday she was this big, and then she grew a day. Stroll. Thank you very much for the clip. I'm sorry I was being so mean to Stroll. And we got a pin message here. It says, random question is by Queen Katie. Is it possible for Logan to just skip the credits, or is it unskippable? Let's find out. Maybe it'll be a thing if I hold down the button, it'll go fast. Okay, that didn't do anything. They seem to be unskippable. I mean, I guess I could close out. Fantasy is dead. Bum bum bum. Wah, 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 wah. Okay, so apparently we could. So we'll see the full credits when we eventually finish the game for realsies. But again, even though it says fantasy is dead, that does not count as a game over. For one thing, if it was game over, it would have given us the options like, do you want to reload from last save, start over here? Like that was just us goofing around. That was just us doing funsies here. So let's get back to where we were. Castle says, I know it's just the lighting, but it really looks like the prince has serious bags under his eyes. Let him sleep, shake my head. Oak says, Castle, I mean, he's getting some good sleep now. Yeah, he's taking a nap. A dirt nap.
His life is not yet ended.
Okay, this is where we got to answer our questions. So I'll try to answer the same thing we did before, except for the last one. This voice. Veer said, do I look like him? Oak says, add quote.
Thy efforts came to naught.
Add quote, I came in a dream.
So ye moved instead to join a tournament to decide the land's king.
In the prince's name!
Though thy plan was reckless, thou didst win.
It was all for victory. I'm not even letting you finishing voice of a lady in my head. Possibly my mom.
Thou didst finally lift.
It's no longer with us.
Thy sole mission was to save the prince.
That's not true. I mean, that was true. That part was true. There's nothing left is not true.
If the prince is dead, wert thy efforts all for naught?
He's not dead.
He's not.
So thy resolve is yet. He was consumed, so from his earthly form, thy journey hast taken thee far.
I am the prince's friend.
I'm the prince's friend.
We're almost there. We're getting there.
Thy role? To name but a few.
Oh, naming but a few.
Yes. Thy memories begin the moment thou befriend the prince.
Why did you? It didn't sound like you pronounced it the ED unbefriended. I don't have a past.
I don't have a past.
Yeah, I got to read some more in the chat, though. We are getting back to where the question is whether we're going to launch into 2 hours of cutscenes. And so we may just end up having to pick up from this point next time. We will see. Let's see. Castle says, not the first time an important video game character died off screen when they shouldn't have. Malds in a game that I will not spoil. Interesting. I still don't like that they did it this way. It made me too doubtful of it. I think that when they were explaining it, or at some point we should have flashed back to it and actually seen it. Although maybe it'd be tough to do it because maybe they're trying to keep the identity of the assailant a secret. Because maybe it's not Zorba. Maybe it's somebody else. Because like we saw what looked like Zorba out there. And Luis did say like my people know where he's at. But it could be that somebody else killed him besides Zorba. And so maybe they didn't show it because they're trying to keep that a secret. But who would be a secret? Did Zorba reanimate Grius again? And then did Grius come and kill the prince? Yeah, so maybe that's like the only creative decision I can think of for why they wouldn't have shown it, is if that it is supposed to be a surprise who killed the prince. I hope none of my friends betray me. I hope it's like not like Norris or something like that. Like while we were doing all this stuff, he teleported the Gauntlet Runner, went and did a killing, and then came back. Vera said, the prince haunts the narrative. Queen Gator said, I have a spoiler clipping coming here. It's not by Beowulf, but I clipped it on my own. Oak said, the voice of mommy. And Vera said, no, you're fine. Okay, let's play a little bit more.
As I said, thou hast nothing. Thou art a being of mine. 'Twas Gallica alone, all thou hadst. Thy memories.
I have nothing.
Not just have nothing, you are nothing, bro.
Nay, the memories gained on thy journey, all thy trials, all thy experiences.
My other self? Okay, I forgot how long this was to get to the answer. The trust and friendship I've gained has been there to support me. But if they'd known I came from nothing, that I am nothing, would people have stood by me? Believed in me? And the same goes for the desire to help anyone in need. How is it that I've touted such a laughably idealistic belief this long?
Accept the truth, and thou wilt face an ordeal beyond.
Is that right?
I see. My true identity is.
So I bid thee answer my final question. Who art thou in truth?
There we go, we made it! So I'm gonna say, I am the prince. Or for funsies, I can go to the credits again. No, I am the prince.
I am the prince.
Oh, that's it. And then credits roll all the same. It's like, nah, this time though, he won the election. Well, oh, my head.
What is this?
Swirling magla.
I feel a curious resonance.
Could this be? But how? Impossible.
I love the difference between the old woman's line read and her face. Her face like, how could this be? But her line read is just like, could this be? But how? Impossible.
Hey, what's going on?
I don't know. I might. Is my archetype gonna evolve again? What is this?
What awaits us now?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna go Super Saiyan. Oh. Animation. Everyone's gone. Just me and this dead body that looks just like me.
Ah, life is not yet lost. Thou wert born apart from the prince's flesh, born of his desire to change the world.
Oh, now we see what really happened. So he was just by himself that day, reading the book. I'm in your eye, that's why I have heterochromia. It was a clue.
Instead didst thou travel the world. Thou didst support his heart, and became his living fantasy. That is thy true self.
Hi, salute.
Thou art everything the prince sought to be, his ideal.
I am the prince's metaphor, ReFantazio. Everything he sought to be, by which we mean not British. I am able to stand up. Not British and able to stand up. Oh, is the prince dead yet? Oh no, still alive, dang it.
It all began with the novel in thy possession.
Absorbing Magla.
Born by the divine
relic. It's pregnant! The book's pregnant!
Magla coalesced into flesh.
And it's giving birth
and
to me!
Flesh coalesced into form.
I'm a book baby!
The form of an elder, as I once was.
Would you love me if I was a bookworm? Gallica, can you hear what I'm saying? No, this is still in my head. That's why he's got heterochromia, because he's a fan fiction child. Gallica! Wanna get married? Okay.
The time hath come. Awaken, reborn anew. No more the prince's dream of utopia thou wouldst chase. Nay, but thine own.
Well, yeah, because the prince is dead. So, Oh, are we... fusion! Ha! Put some shirts on, dudes. I know you don't have nipples in that picture, but still cover up your non-existent nips. No more heterochromia, and now I have silver hair. It's so floofy. Hi, everybody. I bleached my hair and got one contact lens. I am the prince now. I am the prince. We need to hear him talk. Does he have a British accent now?
What? What is this?
You just merged with a dead body. Is that something elders do? Are you a Namekian?
What's happened?
Do you like my new look? Am I sexy? Wait, didn't I used to have a headband? Is my headband gone?
Thou hast done well to guide him this far.
Huh?
This voice. I'm sure I've heard it before.
Is it my mom?
Thy mind should now be clearing. Remember now thy true child.
Make sure when you clear her mind that you still let her be in love with me, please.
He was never a member of the Resistance. The mission, the departure, was thine alone. And thereafter didst thou encounter him.
Who are you?
So that means that they were expecting Gallica to do all this stuff all by herself? Because wasn't the whole thing that we had to, like, meet up with Grius and, like, deliver a sword to him? They expected a tiny little fairy to do that by herself?
Wait, what am I saying?
In those long ago days, he had just been born into this land. Newborn in form, if not in appearance.
Oh, crap. Does that mean that Gallica was in love with a baby? Gallica's gonna get canceled. Could we please just not cancel her? I still love her. Even though she loves babies.
The boy needed a guide. Thus, I decided his memories would be thine. Thou wouldst share past and purpose. A memory so crafted to suit thee. My journey to the capital would not be made alone, but alongside him.
No, that can't be. He was there when we got our orders.
I'm gone! Thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to.
Certainly not a young elder boy with blue hair and heterochromia standing next to you.
Now it makes sense why he said that.
Will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message to our contact there?
Yes, surely I am the perfect candidate to infiltrate the military.
This is your mission. For all our sakes, you cannot fail.
No. But... I was alone?
By this choice, he might be saved. By these gentle, necessary lies, we could live to see this day when our dearest wish is fulfilled.
Yeah, this is gonna be another long cutscene. We got like less than a half hour to the 3-hour mark. So I don't know what's gonna happen. But once again, now's a good time to start keeping out for more raid suggestions with the ba-ba-ba.
I mean, it's between two old people and a fairy.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like because weren't we delivering a sword to Grius? Wasn't that the whole thing? We were taking a sword to him. I feel like the one requirement you have, although none of those 3 people are ideal, a fairy or 2 old people, you probably want the person who is not smaller than the sword. Probably. I think. But thank you for the 10 bits. I do appreciate that.
As he traveled alongside thee, he gained both strength and wisdom. It is only by thy efforts that my voice reached him. He has now been saved. And so the journey ends here. Thou hast fulfilled thy mission admirably.
What? Wait just a minute. What do you mean it ends here?
You can't send her back. She's my wife, and the other fairies hate her now. She's become domesticated. It's like if you bring an animal in and domesticate the animal and try to release it out in the wild, it won't be able to survive anymore.
From here on, thy path is thy own. Choose thy own future for thyself, and may the fates smile on thy journey.
Gallica, you're gonna choose me, right? Gallica! Gallica! I hope she chooses me. Oh. Yeah, didn't I have like a headband or something?
How do we make sense of this?
Is it really you? How do you feel?
Half British, oddly enough. I feel fine. I feel lighter in shade, in like hair color. Yeah.
I feel a bit lighter.
Okay, for a split second, I thought that was just him gesticulating. I thought he's no longer voiced, and he is British now. Says that, I feel a bit lighter. It's, I feel a bit lighter. No, crap, I can't do it. I need to, what was I doing before? I feel a bit lighter. I feel a bit lighter. I feel a bit lighter. That's what he sounds like now. I feel a bit lighter.
There seems to be no doubt. He is still himself, but I also sense His Highness within him.
Everyone? I need to tell you something. The truth is,
I don't like his new hair and I'm dumping him.
Huh?
Don't show him me. That's not my Mandy's. I'm gonna hold a funeral.
Oh no! Well, you know, we should dig up another little spot in the yard next to that certain someone who died a while ago. Huh?
Oh no, he became infected with the British virus.
I know, it's sad, but once again, that's how you know that this is a fantasy work of fiction. Because he's British now. But thank you very much, both Vero and Noobly, for the 10 bits each. I appreciate that.
So let me get this straight. You're saying it's not a matter of our captain and His Highness joining together, but that the former was this disembodied entity sprung from the latter?
Yeah, how did you not see that coming? Happens all the time to Elda.
Then that's why he had no memories? 'Cause he didn't even exist?
It's crazy, right? You chose a leader who wasn't real. This sucks to be you.
I see. Finally, I understand the strange feeling I had sensed upon our meeting.
I thought it was that I was attracted to you, but nope. It was that you're not real.
What shaped you, so to speak, was the prince's will itself, a part of his consciousness. Yes, the prince's very heart. He was his soul given flesh. Perhaps the form we knew was one shaped by material magla, much like how the dragon god manifests beyond the vessel.
Yufa, I love you, girl, but you really don't have to explain this. It's magic. We use magic all the time. This is magic.
a mass of magla with a will.
Huh?
Forget the dragon god.
Mandy's with white hair was the only thing I was spoiled on in this game. I wanted to try animating him sword surfing, and the footage I found online was him with white hair Lamau.
Oh, well, here's the question, though. If you knew that, Oak, if you had been spoiled on that, were you able to put the pieces together before I did that they were the same person? Or did you just think, at some point his hair gets much lighter? But thank you very much for the 10 bits. It doesn't look pure white. It looks just very light turquoise, light aqua, light teal. But thank you for the 10 bits.
Being a dragon himself.
I appreciate it. I'm a dragon. The dragon never yields, baby.
Small wonder he awakened to an archetype before anyone else. It was no great aptitude for magic. He himself was composed of pure magla.
You guys are accepting this as fact surprisingly easy, huh?
I also saw white hair protag, but I thought the prince woke up and joined us.
And then he could have just been in the party. Nope, we ate him. We absorbed him. You know, like a twin in the womb. Which game were we talking recently about twins or siblings absorbing each other in the womb? Was that this game? But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Vero. I appreciate that.
The self, as a manifestation of one's desires. Similar to archetypes. I suppose this is the very essence of magic.
You mean to say that it was was not merely pretense to claim the prince's name. He truly was His Highness all along.
Yeah, I was trying to tell you, but every time I said, I am the prince, you're like, good job with your life. Oh, I mean, hang on. Oh, I mean to say that, yeah, I'm the... I need to work on his voice, Hulkenberg. This is really difficult to do.
If that's true, this is finally your reunion with your sworn liege. Seems like cause for rejoicing, eh? Lady Hulkenberg of the Royal Guard.
Yeah, I certainly hope we don't get interrupted by a purple necromancer outside of this cave.
But
something like that.
I failed to protect His Highness.
It's okay, I absorbed the dead half that you failed. So you got like a 50%, which is still a failing grade, but we're gonna grade it on a curve. We'll bump that up to a D-.
No. I am sure the strength of your devotion had a hand in saving him.
While all and sundry believed the lad had shuffled off, you alone kept the faith, milady. And in the end, that faith was rewarded.
Fate was changed.
Are you really His Royal Highness the Prince?
Probably. I don't know.
Please.
You're
Please, forgive me, Your Highness.
Your spear almost hit me.
I failed you when you needed me most.
You need to be careful with that thing sticking out the top of your back.
And more. Despite being a member of your royal guard, I did not recognize Your Highness at our meeting and showed you such insolence.
You tried to get me to eat bugs. How dare you? It didn't bother me. You've always been an ally. I pronounce your sentence! We're friends, right? We can be silly. We can be goofy, right? Vera, will you be happier about Mantis if Mantis is still silly? I pronounce your sentence.
Then I hereby pronounce your sentence.
Give the poor knight a break, will you? You've been by her side all this time. You of all people know how much she's gone through for you.
I am not joking. We're gonna behead her right here.
This time, I will protect you. Even should it cost me my very life. I swear to it.
Finally, we've done Grius proud. We've really done it.
Stroll, thank you for mentioning Grius. It's nice to remember that our good buddy died so long ago.
By the way, what are we supposed to call you now? I mean, how would you prefer to be addressed, my lord?
As your majesty. Nothing changes between us. Same way as always. I don't know. What's the nicest thing to say to our dog? I feel like nothing changed between us is the way to say. Yeah, nothing changed between us.
You can just keep, calling me Captain.
Or Mantis, huh?
Logan, I think now is a good time to point out that the canon name for the protagonist is simply put Will, as he is the prince's will. Also, for some reason in Portuguese, he's Pedro.
Because he is the prince's Pedro. I like that. Should we accept that as a pun, or just like that in the Anglosphere? That's a very common sounding name for someone. Too bad he wasn't just like John, and then he'd be like, yeah, it's just John Doe or something like that. But thank you very much, Queen Katie, for the beef longa TTS. I like that. The idea that he is Will because he is the prince's will. I dig it. Also, are his eyes supposed to be blue or gray? I can't really tell. But I kind of dig not seeing heterochromia anymore. I'm kind of on board with that. Let's keep going a little bit. I'll read some more of the chat in a bit, though. But thank you very much for the beef longa TTS.
No, Your Highness. With all respect, I must object.
No, we're executing you. Doesn't matter what you object to.
This is no time to be thick-headed, Miguel. He's the one who gets to decide what we bally call him, so we'll listen to him, eh?
Who? Huh?
We are the prince's very special up do not steal.
We are OC, do not steal. Exactly. Honestly, the fact that he was like talking about imagining himself in a book, we were that. We were his self-insert fanfic OC for the novel that he was reading, breathed to life. We are the prince's Sonichu, is what we are. But thank you very much, Noobly, for the 10 bits. I appreciate that.
Sir, should be begging His Highness for forgiveness on
bended... The protagonist of Metaphor ReFantazio is actually named Mantis.
Mantis.
Anyways, how are you doing, Daddy? How are the kids?
I'm not your dad, beef.
You aren't babysitting today, then. Who's watching Veal? Oh, no.
Oh, no. I hope your kid is okay. Oh, thank you so much for the 50 bits for the beef longa premium TTS. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You mangled the royal runner to your own whimsy, you lout!
Okay, oh, wait. She's mad at Nurse. You, sir, should be begging His Highness for forgiveness on bended knee. Oh, okay. No. It's good. It's good, Hulkenberg.
Well,
He made a fly.
I mean, it was all dashed useful in the end, wasn't it? A bit of clemency, Your Highness.
So much for acting same as always.
Ha ha ha. We all laugh because we are friends, even though I look different. And these two people back here, he just absorbed a corpse. Evening! Game, are you gonna let me save? Are you gonna be nice, game? Oh, we just talked until the evening.
Beyond belief. Not just that a child who'd lain cold for years could come back to us, but through such extraordinary circumstances. After so long in the curse's thrall, he could not even open his eyes. He may as well have been a corpse. But all this time, he had been on his own journey. It was the boy's dearest wish. He spoke of a fantasy of traveling the world, meeting its people, seeing its truths. And without him even knowing, magic made it real. He is a child of Elden blood and Elden legacy. All these years he spent in the village, he has rested near the secret of true magic. Perhaps this is how it came to be.
I wonder what the word Elden means, if there's like significance to that word. We were talking about, and I know, Queen Katie, this will be very brief. I know you said you don't like Attack on Titan, but we were talking about Attack on Titan, and wasn't Eldia like something in Attack on Titan? What type of people were they? I'm trying to remember, it's been so long since I've seen it. Like the people of Paradis Island, like what was their heritage they decided they were called?
His was a fantasy surpassing fantasy. It became more than a dream, but a self-possessed force acting of its own volition. And now, reunited, Prince and fantasy live anew.
A journey to discover and reclaim the self, in all senses. No wonder he set off the custom igniter in the Royal Gauntlet Runner. It was the Crown Prince himself.
Even having it all explained like this, it feels like nothing short of a miracle.
See, that's why I'm saying we shouldn't try to explain it anymore, Stroll. It's just magic. We just accept it. We move on.
I can only guess that fate had a hand in it.
That's right. I remember, I heard a voice guide him.
Was it that lady's voice in my head? Was it my mom? What's this all of a sudden? A guiding voice?
A voice? Whose?
If you can't remember anything from before our journey, then we probably met after you'd only just happened.
Been born.
Right?
Been born.
I shouldn't have known you then. But for some reason, I was convinced that we'd always been together.
That wasn't even the lady's voice brainwashing you, Gallica. That was just true love, baby.
I thought we both received the order to save the prince, too. Ever since the moment I heard that weird voice guiding me.
A voice? Lady Gruade mentioned a revelation. Hold on, are we still being mystic and metaphorical, or was there an actual guide involved?
Metaphor! She said the thing! In the thing! Roll credits! We're done!
I know someone was guiding me. I just don't know who.
It's me.
So a disembodied voice. Hang on. Come to think of it, that sounds a bit familiar for me too.
Oh, are we all going to talk about how we all hear the voice of that lady every time we unlock our archetypes?
Hey, who do you think the voice belongs to? Any idea?
You, the player. I don't know. Sort of. ...
I have a faint idea, but I'm not entirely sure.
Come to think of it, this place, the light coming in.
Uh-huh.
They seem familiar.
Logan, check Persona channel real quick, trust me.
Okay, hang on. Any lurkers? We'll get back to the game, I promise. In fact, I'm getting worried that we might not be able to find a save point pretty soon. We may have to just cut off like mid-cutscene at some point tonight. Okay, but we're gonna check this out. Because it's not Oak. If it was Oak, it was just gonna be an embarrassing picture of myself, but I'll pull it up. I don't have Discord open on my desktop here. There's a spoilered image. I guess I can click it. Oh my gosh. Okay. I guess if you're here watching Metaphor, you're not worried about spoilers, but it's a picture. It says "Gone but not forgotten," and it's blue-haired heterochromia protag With back there, we got Grius and we got Fidelio. Nice. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Vera, for the 10 bits. Did you make that yourself? Quickity says, with a pinned message saying, hey, Logan, I posted my spoiler clip in the chat, but I forgot to post a warning. So here's your warning. Okay, pin this heart. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for that. Once we get some background music, we'll try and read some more in the chat because I had gotten like close-ish to catching up, but I still got quite a ways to go. But thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I might say the same.
Oh, yeah, this is where we unlock our... Yeah.
Yeah, I just did Lamau out of grief.
Are you mourning how protagonist looked that much? Is the lack of blue hair, the heterochromia, and the lack of a British accent that much of a deal breaker for you to enjoy Protag? But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that, Vero. But yeah, no, I didn't even realize. I didn't make this connection that Stroll is making here. Every time we would unlock our archetype, this is the background we would have. We'd have the light above. We'd have all these roots growing out all around us.
Power. I had a vision of somewhere not unlike these grounds.
I mean, some of the stuff was different. Like Stroll, I think, imagined his townspeople of Halia or whatever it was called. So some of it was more metaphorical. But I guess we were seeing this place.
Does this mean that we've been guided as well?
Perhaps someone has been at your side unseen.
Me?
Watching over the course of your journey.
Me, the player? Wait, does that mean that I'm a lady? Am I Mantis's mom?
I imagine all this comes as a great shock for you as well. But here you are, back in your rightful place. You have come to the end of your arduous journey and found new life. It is a life well won, grasped with your own two hands.
This all feels so optimistic. We need to have some twist. I mean, there's the problem that we've dropped like 1,050th place in the Tournament of Kings or whatever. So we obviously got to go back and fight Luis. But that looked like it was Zorba lurking around. We gotta have like a dungeon here out by the Elda cave in the forest.
Chief Descruide, we want to know everything. What is the truth behind your tribe, the Elder?
We're humans.
We Mustari are also said to have inherited truths of the world before us. Histories hushed by sanctism. But this village, it is something altogether different.
I just hope the game will give me a save point before we launch into like an hour and a half cutscene about the backstory of the game.
I myself feel a strange familiarity here. A lost haven underground, yet letting of the sky's light. Please, tell us, what is the Elder Tribe?
To know what we are, you must first know our history. Come to the altar room past the door. I'll wait for you there.
Oh, that makes it sound like we'll have a save point. Please, game, give me a save point. Please, game. It's been so long. Give me a save point.
Zorba is mad understanding to us, waiting for us to figure everything out.
He's just out. He's probably also out there. It's like, how long does it take them to take a look at a dead body? I'm not going to barge in there. It's not my home. That'd be rude of me. He says that, but with a Scottish brogue. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. We can read a couple more comments in the chat now. Vera said, the website I found said to accept or not accept. That's all. Is my fusion ha joke coming true? Kind of. They didn't do the fusion dance, but we did fuse. Basically, we twinkled into a fusion. Quickity said, Noobly, I just looked it up. It's not here. Noobly said, yes, it's the earliest bad ending. Hang on, I gotta be in this menu to be able to scroll in the chat because I'm so far behind. Vera said, it's okay, we can reload. Persona. Quickity says, Persona. Vera said, yep, it's here. Noobly says, oh, I'm stupid, I didn't get this ending, lol. Vera said, no, you're good. Oak said, I feel like we should make a Hall of Fame channel in either the Discord or spoiler chat. Is that just for like really fun messages? Can I still can't get on my skateboard in here. That's sad. Oh, what?
They changed the menu.
Thank you, Tomcat. I need to pay attention. I didn't even notice that. I wasn't looking for the 10 bits, did they? Oh, yeah, because it's the same, but our eyes and hair color are different. How about that? And so if we go into our party, it's different. They've changed us everywhere. Oh, and I've still got a point that has been unallocated. Well, how about that? That's neat, the attention to detail. With that, I mean, I wonder if, I assume they just recolored the drawing. Dang it, I think I used the old drawing of his head looking up in the YouTube thumbnail. Maybe I finally need to update that thumbnail We've got like 40-something parts in this playthrough with it unupdated. Maybe I should change to this one with the floofy white hair. Or maybe that'd be a spoiler. But thank you very much for the 10 bits and pointing that out. I assume I would have eventually noticed on my own, but I totally didn't notice here. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Vera said, Mantis, you sound like you're gonna cry. Is it so bad that Luis took the throne? What? He was that bad? Queen Gator said, yeah, don't worry. I only counted if it actually said fantasy is dead on the screen and we were killed / eaten. Thank you very much, Queen Katie. Crystal says, so bad that all of us are extinct, I guess. Vera said, he's so bad a ruler that it all went extinct. Insane. Queen Katie said, wow, that really was good timing with the roll the credits clip. Queen Katie said, I need a pee, BRB. I really need to get this out law. See you when you get back, Queen Katie. Vera said, or excuse me, Oak says, we will never forgive you, Katie. Vera said, yeah, how dare you go to the bathroom? Crystal says, Katie, shame. Nubly said, TMI. Crystal did the clip roulette. So this is back when we were on the credits for the bad ending. So at least I know where we are because we passed the 3-hour mark. I hope there are more raid suggestion ideas. Crystal says, oh, this one, laughing. Queen said, I'm back from pee. Apparently when I rushed into my restroom, I spooked and triggered my dog. She was so huffy. I felt so bad. I can't remember if I mentioned this to you guys or not, but when my cat sleeps on my bed, she usually will keep like a little bit of a distance from me because she likes being nearby, but she's not like a big cuddler. And a couple of days ago, because you know I've been sick, she actually curled up on my foot. And it was like so nice. I'm like, she's cuddling. Not like my old cat, you know, cuddle up on my arm, but it's just like cuddling a little bit. And it was nice, but I was sick and I woke up and kind of saw that. And so I'm like, I'm just gonna lay here for a little bit and let her enjoy that. But then because of my cold, I suddenly got a coughing fit and it scared her and she ran off. I'm like, no, I want you to stay. I can't remember if I told you guys that or not. Horror Haven says, no, I'm still here. So awesome, Horror Haven. Can we, you know what, Vero, can we do a shout out for Horror Haven? For those who haven't seen the_horror_havens stuff, it's good quality content. Queen Gator said, random question, is it possible for Logan to just skip the credits or is it unskippable? Logan, do I count this fantasy as dead screen? No, I don't count that. I don't count that. I don't count that. That's me, personally. Nora said, I drew Bad Hulkenberg and Chibi Hulkenberg. Oak said, Queen Katie, also we all murdered you while you were gone. Nubly said, don't skip credits out of respect for the people who made the game. We'll get through it like when we finish for realsies. We'll do a reels credit. Although I heard like some games, which game was it? There was some game recently that, it was Assassin's Creed, the new one taking place in Japan. Oh, hang on.
One little pig came out to play.
So you gotta play horror games with a blood-splattered apron.
Enormous fun. Yeah, that's what she does. Yep. It's annoying.
I'd be more surprised if she didn't. I'd be like, that's weird.
Where I'm up on the hill, there is a generator.
Thank you very much for doing the shout out. I appreciate that. I do feel bad because I think all my spending so much time just catching up on chat has chased away a lot of the YouTube. No, we still got somebody over on YouTube, even though I can't see you chatting anything. I see you and I appreciate you, person over on YouTube. Let's see. Yeah, Nubly was saying don't skip the credits out of respect for people who made the game. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Assassin's Creed, the new one. I can't remember what it's called. The new one set in Japan. Someone was saying the credits are over 2 hours long. I'm sorry, like as someone who has worked on like movies and it's nice to see a name in the credits and things like that, I'm sorry, at that point, like there's no excuse for it to be 2 hours. At that point, you need to like condense names, pack them on the screen, wall of text, like they should never be longer than a feature-length movie. That is too much. Queen says to Oak, all he did was pee. Castle says, it's fun to read the names and see who worked on it. At the same time, if you get multiple endings, it can be repetitive. Beer said, when we get to the true ending, we let it play out. Salute. Bumble says, I don't know why, but I'm getting deja vu. Like, I've seen this before, like, seen Logan do this before. I definitely am crazy, though. I get crazy deja vu sometimes myself, though, Bumbo. I would say enjoy it, but I don't know. Does it distress you, or is it enjoyable? Vera said, please don't take away his cute blue hair. It's gone. Look, it's all floofy white. Castle says, in parentheses, in which case Logan chooses the bad option again to catch up more on chat more during the credits. The entire rest of the stream is now Logan reading chat and watching credits. Vera said, and his cute heterochromia. I feel like I'd find heterochromia more appealing as a character design trait if it wasn't for the fact that it's so overused in like fan OC characters to the point that it's become like a bit overly cliche, but that's just me personally. If y'all are a fan of heterochromia, I will not yuck your yum. Queen Katie says, captions, I could mix pea and butter. Bumble says, I do mean it not as Logan come back from a bad ending, but that exact complaint. But I definitely am crazy. Well, sometimes I like say things multiple times because like I repeat stories. I've been streaming for over 4 years now. I'm sure I've repeated plenty of stories. Oak said to Queen Katie, there are some things you could do but shouldn't, but this isn't one of them. Vera said, oh, okay, wait, that's cute. Crystal says, cute. Vera said, we symbolize the freedom he wanted to be. Queen Katie says, add quote, I'm a book baby. Crystal adds the quote. Oak says, add quote, it's pregnant. The book is pregnant. I'm the baby is me. I'm book baby. Vera says, no. Crystal edits the quote. Vera says, I'm so sad. And another clip. Hang on, let me load this one up at the clip viewer so we can watch this together. This one will give us another idea of just how far behind we are in the chat. Hopefully not too far behind. This clip is 3 months ago. We're 3 months behind. That's so much worse than 25 minutes. So this has got to be a Queen Katie spoiler clip titled Gallica Fun Times. Let's see what this one is. Is it, I guess, pretty boy? I don't know. Apparently y'all think he's pretty. But there's Gallica. She shall be my wife. All I need is to somehow make it so that she exists in reality and then somehow trick her into thinking I am worth marrying. Hey! That's kind of, except we made it so we existed in her reality and then tricked her into loving us. See, so that is a strong foundation for a healthy monogamous relationship. Thank you very much for the clip. Crystal says, give him his heterochromia back. Broken heart, laughing. Queen Katie said, post my spoiler clip. Enjoy. Oak says, no, Gallica's 400 years old and dated a baby. Queen Katie said, Vero, could you pin my message, please? Mostly because I forgot to say it before I posted the clip, lol. Bobo said, the prince does have extremely light blue hair. Vera said, hold up. It's my turn to pee. Is it my turn to get some raid suggestions? I think Oak gave us one, but we could use some more. Oak said, Vero, you're allowed to say that. That's okay. Crystal says, have a good pee. Crystal says, we're British. We are light. And Vera says, I return. Welcome back, Vero. Queen Katie said, a worse funeral than Fidelio's? Well, at Fidelio's, we didn't eat the body. But no, for Vero, because Vero is sad about the blue hair and the heterochromia. Vera said, I'm so sad. That's death. My cutie with blue hair and heterochromia died. Queen Katie said, reminder that the pro tag's canon name in this game is Will. And Oak said to Queen Katie, no, it's Mantis. Queen Katie said, Oak, I was trying to be cool here, because get it? Because Will is the prince's Will. Oak says, I saw white hair pro tag, but I forgot the prince existed for like 80% of the game, so I thought he just had Super Saiyan power up or something. Nora said, Hulkenberg, I love you so much. Vera says, yes. Crystal says, why is he British? Oh, that's a keyboard slam. Crystal says, I do not like it. Queen Katie with a beef longed message. Nora says, I love this girl so. Art Hulkenberg. Crystal says, Pedro, I still miss the heterochromia. Oof, raid suggestion time. Nora says, I miss having mental breakdown over origami. Queen Katie says, to Vero, how's the pee? You said, hold up while I asked for the spoiler clip warning. Pin lol. Nora said, the stupid video makes a cut in the video and I can't figure out what I'm supposed to do. I am genuinely crying over that. I'm so frustrated. Queen Katie said, I just thought of a perfect joke for the reveal. Mantis is the VR goggles the prince uses to play the game. Kinda true. Kinda is. You know what it is? Have any of you ever seen, like, if someone who never appears in public or who's like a VTuber or something like that appears wandering around in a convention, it'll be like on a Segway with an iPad on it showing the screen. That's what we are. While he's back at home, you know, just dying of a curse, we're the Segway with a tablet and our face just going around on adventures. Crystal with some raid suggestions. Thank you very much, Crystal. Let me copy these over to my text file because we are already past the 3-hour mark because I'm just so far behind. So I'm going to be needing to make use of these in just a little bit. So thank you very much, Crystal. Vera said, sorry, I went and came back. Lol, what did you want me to pin? It's okay. Sometimes pinned messages just get lost while you're peeing. Quickie said, hey, Logan. There was a pinned message. Crystal says, I need the heterochromia eyes back. Well, although when we're looking at the menu like this, you can only see one eye. So you can pretend that ProTag still has heterochromia. You can pretend that the eye facing the other side is a different color. In fact, you can pretend that it's any color you want. Vera says he lost his whimsy. We can still have whimsy. Vera says, it's almost like our blue hair ProTag was a metaphor. Nora said, hope you know, on every English sheet I've gotten recently that has the word metaphor, I write the sides metaphor, ReFantazio, ? I hope that, like, you don't get docked points. Vera says, honoring it. Nora with the raid suggestion. Hang on, let me copy this one down as well. Thank you very much, Nora. Oh, it's the Atlantic. Awesome. Let's see. There was a shout out for Horror Havens. That means I got to be close. I got to be close to catch up to chat now. By the way, if you're lurking and you're putting up with me slowly catching up to chat, you are an MVP, and I appreciate you. I'm going to get there. I'm going to make it. Let's see. Vera says, oh my gosh, Jill, I missed my Resident Evil arc. Nora said, I have to get up early. Why am I here this late? Vera said, girl, go to sleep. It's cliche, but he makes it work. Made him look more silly. Oak says, yeah, it made it, make it work, Mantis. Nora said, so many characters getting their hair bleached and stuff. I've been seeing Pony Boy. And now Mantis. I have no idea who Pony Boy is, but I assume that is someone who bleached his hair. So, you know what it is? It's not, he didn't go Super Saiyan. He went Ultra Instinct, because that's what made Goku's hair get all silver colored here. Let's see, crap, where am I? Oh, the end of chat is in sight. Queegator said, but yeah, this entire Prince reveal is what Beowulf wanted to post a spoiler clip for sure, but was unable to. So next week, for sure. That's right, because we'll go over the schedule in a little bit, because we do have some unusual stuff for next week. Nora said, Logan, did you see my drawing of No Gal? I am so behind on Discord stuff. Is it in the art channel? I will check it out soon if I have it. I'm sorry. But I appreciate it, and I will look at it. I will see it. Queegator said, VTuber Mantis. Nora said, ooh, I'm in an ad. Noobly said, get a shower, BRB. Oak said, thank you for the very ... heterophobic stream. Made me smile. Nora said, Pony Boy is from The Outsiders. And Nora says, I love quote 420 so much more now with this kind of context. Oh, my life is now complete. There. All right, there we go. So if anyone is lurking, I need to give you the rundown and stuff because our schedule this upcoming week is a little bit different than usual. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. We're normally just alternating every other day between this, Metaphor ReFantazio, and Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit. However, this week it is a little bit different. Friday's stream is canceled because I've got a work-related commitment going on that day, so I won't be able to be there for that one, so I apologize in advance. But so the next 2 streams in a row are going to be Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit. The next Metaphor stream, which is going to be picking up right where we're leaving off here tonight, will be on next Tuesday. Also, I don't know if we still have any lurkers over on YouTube or not. I know it's been really sleepy on YouTube, but that's fine. I am going to cross-post our link tree over there just in case. If there is anyone there, that's our link tree. It contains a Discord invite link, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all the social media links. Feel free to make use of it or ignore it. It's up to you. No pressure on any of that. Oh, crap. Did I fully catch up in chat? I don't think I did. I caught up in chat for the first time of the night song. I'm so frantic. I'm so behind. Oak said, good night, everyone. Love y'all. Nora said, thank you for the very Nora sobbing over Hulkenberg stream. Thank you for the very Mantis no stream. Well, at least you're sobbing over loving someone, right? So here, let me go ahead and initiate the raid for Twitch. There we go. We're going to be raiding this one, who's playing a game I am not familiar with, but it actually, I think the game might be over. I think it might be just chatting after it. I am not entirely sure. I really don't know. Queegator said, thank you for the very Royal Mantis stream. Vera said, thank you for the very Whimsy Death stream. Nora says, raid Atlantic. He has 1 viewer. But the thing is, we've raided Atlantic once, not too terribly long past, right? Haven't we? I think. I could be wrong. I mean, a couple of months ago, I think. But there's the raid message. So you can copy that over to your clipboards. And see, Queegator said, don't forget to save just in case. Good idea. I'm pretty sure I did save, but let's do that again. Better save than sorry. And there we go. Also, I guess because I'm caught up in chat, we can turn off slow mode, especially since it's a full 60 seconds right now. I'm sorry if that was frustrating for anyone. You can breathe now. Oak with some emotes. Nora said, no, we haven't raided Atlantic, but oh well, I'm gonna go yap with it. I'm sorry, I thought we had for some reason. Maybe next time because we're already just like a few moments away from the raid initiating. So sorry about that. Remind me next time and tell me that we haven't raided it because I could have sworn that we had. I gotta check. Anybody else ever remembers raiding Atlantic? Oak said, Nora, we have. You just weren't there. Okay, so it did happen. Nora said, why wasn't I there? Anyway, the raid's about to start. I love and appreciate you all. Have an awesome Wednesday tomorrow. See you Thursday for Ace Attorney. Tuesday next week for more Metaphor. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. And for those watching the VOD, or if there's anyone over on YouTube, good night as well.